We all have a story, we all have a tale. Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite a guy.
Well, good evening, everybody. Hey. Oh, boy. What a week. What a week. I've been suffering technical difficulties. I got a bunch of folks in the basement, and we're going to be pulling them up, and while we're messing around, we'll be trying to figure out some of my technical difficulties. But I got to give a shout out to anybody out there in the chat. Who we got out there? We got Crazy Ann out there downstairs. Destination Great Lakes. Hey, downstairs. We got Eric Pollock. Everything Spicy downstairs. We got Metal Music Maniac and Running Water. Those are all the folks chatting right now out in the chat. I'm sure there's a bunch more. It says we got 15 in the house, and I listed off 6 folks. So yeah. There's a bunch of folks out there. They're just not all in the chat. Well, I'm going to pull up our friends up here real quick. Boom. There's Get Her Done Granny. Hi. She's muted. There she's not.
Nope, I'm okay. I'm just messed up a little bit. That's all. I'll be fine.
Yeah. It's great to see you. Thanks
great
for being here. Sorry I missed last night's stream on your
Me
channel.
Too.
Gosh darn it. Yeah. I did watch this morning, though. What a way to start my day. Yeah. And then we got this person. We all know her. There's Ann.
Thank you.
How you doing? I like that.
Doing,
I like
eh? You should have seen her dancing down there to the... Yeah, there she goes. Oh boy, yeah, she's...
Just me saying hello to you, Sty.
And then the next person that popped up, look at this guy. Travis from Destination Great Lakes.
Hi, guys.
Yes, I get to see him not in camp. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Wait, isn't this, we're around the campfire. What do you mean we're not at camp?
Right. Yeah.
I'm confused.
I get to see him in virtual camp tonight.
Virtual camp.
Yep. And then we got this crazy nut.
I can't believe you give him the keys to the basement.
that'll put anything
Right?
in his mouth.
He left the door ajar. It's not my fault. It's his fault. He gives everybody else keys and then leaves the door ajar. I walk right in.
I thought my mic had problems.
Yeah, his mic was fucked up in the beginning.
Does my mic sound
Really?
bad?
Oh, you
He
sound horrible.
Was eating the mic off.
Boy, you almost sounded like you look. I mean,
You
Great.
sound overdriven.
hey, you sound better now. But boy, when you first started out, it was.
Hold on here a second. I'm trying to. That's my.
Yeah,
Huh.
your microphone didn't like hearing from you all of a sudden.
It's acting like this. My snowball's not plugged in.
Yeah,
That would do it. I'm feeling left out. Phil's got a snowball. Sty's got a snowball, and I'm using my headset.
I have no ball.
That snowballs.
How's that sound? Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah, the echo that we were fighting with before the stream started is still there, but
Wow.
I don't hear any echo at all.
Well, you're not. You
No.
don't. We all do. I wonder if the people in the chat do.
yeah, that's a good question.
Hey, you guys start nitpicking, and I feel the quality of my stream's too bad. Guess what? I shut the stream down.
Uh-oh.
So go
And
ahead
we don't
and keep
get a story.
bitching, see what happens. When everything on my end sounds good and looks good, and everybody out there is going, well, this ain't. I'm getting this, and it's doing that, and it. You know how I feel on this end? Well, ain't you just shit out of luck? Because everything's good on this end. You know, I don't.
No,
you
I
know,
get it.
Maybe it'll work it out. It'll work it out.
It'll work it out. Work its way
It'll
out.
work it out. Maybe it'll work it out.
Because on my end, I can barely hear you guys. So if I seem to ask you what a lot tonight, it's because I've got my volumes down almost as low as a mouse fart. So how can the echoing be coming from my audio? It can't.
But there's no way come on.
It can't because
was
it can't
before.
pick you guys up. There's no way in hell this microphone is that sensitive. There's no way.
It's no echoing now. It was before they started the stream.
It sounds good now.
Can you hear me now?
Sounds okay
I
now.
hear you, but you weren't complaining.
It sounds better now. I don't hear any echoing right now.
I know better.
You know better?
Yeah, I can't
Sometimes you
complain.
make that clear. You know better than everybody else.
No, you will kick my ass. I have to shut up.
Is better somebody you know?
He will kick my ass. I can't complain.
Hey guys, I want y'all to know that Travis is up here not just to surprise us, with his presence, which to me would have been just great, just fine. And he can show up whenever he wants. But yeah, he's got a little special discussion he'd like to have. And I gave him the opportunity. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you the front end before the Sty Story tonight. And I'll do the Sty Story at about 7:30. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Travis basically the floor, and he's going to tell us a little story of what's been going on lately with him and some of the issues he's been dealing with that really affects all of us. So I'm going to let Travis kind of explain himself.
Well,
See
first
if
of all,
this
thank you,
works.
Sty. I
That
guess
didn't work.
No,
How the hell can I do it?
I don't know.
Pick his pitch.
There we go.
Got it.
Yeah.
Hey. Anyways, so I've been a little out of sorts the last week and a half. It's been a little longer than that, but for sure the last week and a half, because there's someone in my life that works at a retail place about an hour and a half from where I live. And just in the interest of making sure things don't get worse for this person, I'm not going to tell you exactly who it is. Just know that it's someone that's very important in my life. And what I found out is that, first of all, for a little context, in Wisconsin, if you don't know, we have a mask mandate. If you're out in public, you're supposed to wear a mask. And the store that this person works at has a separate policy mandating the same thing. Not very well enforced, I'll just say that. Reports of maybe 50% of the people are wearing masks. Not a whole lot going on as far as keeping space or anything like that. But I made a video about this just because I felt like this message needed to get out. And after I let Sty preview it, and I said, would you mind if I shared the same story on your panel? Because I really want this to get out, because the long and the short of it is, this person is being harassed by people that are not wearing masks. This person has a counter that they work at, and customers will come to this person with product that they need help with. And there's a little shield and, you know, a little sign that says, please keep 6 feet social distancing, all of that. But what's happening is the people that aren't wearing masks are either chasing this person around laughing at them, because this person is very anxious and very scared about this whole situation. And so they'll approach within 6 feet, and this person will back up and say, please keep your distance. They'll laugh at this person and approach again and again and again, and literally chase them around their counter laughing at them. Yeah, my reaction, Sty, when I found out about this is I was going to go take a personal day and kind of sit guard and protect this person.
Put a rubber glove on and go, pow.
I was thinking about using the stool I was going to be sitting on, but yeah. But it's not even that. The chasing is bad enough, but on top of that, other people are yelling at this person to the point that they're crying. It's not good. And the whole concept of the video I made was, at the end of the day, what this boils down to is just being a decent person, being a decent human being, and respecting someone, whether or not you agree with something that, in this case, whether or not you agree with wearing a mask. I've got friends that don't wear masks. They think they're dumb. Whatever. But at the end of the day, their head is on a swivel when they're out in public, making sure that nobody gets within their 6 feet. And a lot of times they'll even make sure that they're more like 12 feet away. So they're being respectful. Sty's going, yeah, that's me. I keep my distance. So what really, some stores will get you in jail for it. Yeah. Basically, what my video and what this story that I'm trying to convey to you guys is, you may remember back when you were wee little people, back when Sty was, but a wee lad. You remember that time, Sty?
Oh yeah, I almost got ran over by a chariot. Yeah, I remember those days, yeah.
A chariot?
Yeah.
So this was after the dinosaurs ruled the earth.
Oh yeah, I never. Well, there were still people that had dinosaur skin curtains, but I never saw a live one. No.
Oh, okay. Back when you were a wee lad, did you ever hear a saying? It's called the golden rule. It probably goes something like, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you."
Yep.
Well, I feel like that whole message has been lost. To quote Stephanie and Sty, I apologize for this, but this one word, but it has to be used. Karma is a bitch. You can't put negative energy into the system and be jerks to everybody around you and not get it back. So likewise, you can't be a good person and keep giving and giving and giving and not get it back at some point. But the problem is, the jerks of the world right now are running rampant. And it really frustrated me and really made me mad, because like I said, the person that this is happening to is really special to me. and really important. And it made, yes, Mike, you're right. It is a boomerang. So
What goes wrong comes right back around.
I guess I wouldn't mind having just a little discussion with the whole panel of how do we handle this? How do we spread that positive message of, you know what, be a decent person. You may not like the mask. Maybe you can't wear it, and that's fine. But at least be a decent person and respect to others, and don't berate them, don't belittle them, don't chase them around.
Yes, sir. I think I've observed Granny say it. I've observed Phil say it many times. I've heard Ann say it, and I think that's one thing that's unique about our channel followers. For one thing, that's one place I think our followers are all of like mind, and that's just, for crying out loud, we don't always have to agree, but we do need to care about each other, and you know and karma, yeah, I mean, you can call it anything you want, but it is true. You're going to reap what you sow, and if all you're doing is being angry and nasty and terrible to other people, and then when it comes back to you and it happens to you, you sit there and whine about it. But if you're doing your best, to treat people with respect, and it's like I was telling Travis earlier, I hate those masks. I wear a neck gaiter when I go out, and I hate it. I can't breathe in that damn thing. I already got all this on my face, and then I put that on top of it? Oh my God. I hate the thing. But when I go into where there's going to be people in close proximity, that bugger goes on. Even though I don't like it. Even though I'm a firm believer, I have the right not to wear it, and you have the right to stay the hell away from me. Because I'd prefer it that way anyhow. But to make it more of a convenient and cordial and more of a interactive life, for crying out loud, I put the mask on. So I can walk up to somebody and say, hey, it's been a long time. Good to see most of you. I can't see your face.
At least your eyes.
Yeah. It's good to see your eyes, But I understand all the arguments, pros and cons of masks. I understand all of that stuff. But I think you're right, Travis, bringing it to the point where, okay, are we going to let this mask thing create irritation between people, and all of a sudden I don't like them because they wear masks. I don't like them because they don't wear masks, and I don't, for crying out loud, the world's got enough BS in it that we don't have to start being that way towards each other on this issue. Now, I don't want us to turn into Japan, where everybody's walking around with masks and everything. There's nothing, they don't even have people going around with colds this month. Everybody's feeling good, but they still wear their dang masks. I mean, you look at a Japanese subway and all you see are masks all the time, every day, all year round, every year. I really hope that I don't see our society get to that point, because I like to see people's faces.
I
learn a
completely.
lot about the person by seeing their faces. But right now, yeah. And the thing is I'm not so worried if I catch it. I'm not. I don't worry about. I mean, for crying out loud, I could get diagnosed with cancer too. That's scarier. That's scarier yet. But I don't want to contract it and then not know I have it, and then go and cause somebody else to contract it. Give it to somebody else. Be passing it on. I don't want to have to live with thinking, oh my God, I came in contact with 35 people after I came down with it. I don't want to have that on my mind either. So I go through the inconvenience by choice. And if I decided not to go through that inconvenience, I'd want to keep that distance. I mean, double up on that 6 feet, make it 12. Just, I mean, come on. Yeah. Yeah.
And like I was saying, the big thing is how everybody's treating each other over it.
Yeah.
You know, just be a decent person. Okay, so you don't want to wear the thing. Don't wear it. You know, there's another customer that I heard about that wasn't wearing a mask and said, "Hey, I need help with this item. Can I approach your table?" And the person that I know about backed away from this table and said, "Be my guest." They put it down. They backed away. The employee walked back up to the table, took care of it. They had a great, respectful conversation. At the end of the day, the customer thanked, "Hey, thanks for your help." The other person said, "Hey, thanks for, respecting the fact that I'm wearing a mask and you're not, and keeping your distance," and they went their way. But they were nice about it.
Well, and that's the thing is, you think of all of the folks out there with different disabilities.
Right.
And what do? We work with them on it. A-holes go out there and make fun of them, harass them, things like that. But your general population, most people, they understand. They go, "Oh, well, I'll have to be flexible and I'll have to adjust a little so we can have a meaningful interaction when we pass each other in life." Well, it's the same thing with the mask. The individual you're speaking about, I want folks to know, I do know who the individual is, but I won't tell you. But I do know that the individual's in the risk group, in the high risk group. So that individual has another reason to want to be concerned about keeping a mask on. And to be harassed or made fun of for it, I would say you're not that person, and you don't know what their concerns are and why they're so concerned about you. Just don't get so close, and please put a mask on if you're going to be trying to talk in my face, and then you start making fun of them or harassing them. They've got real personal reasons why they've got a level of dependence on that mask, at least reducing their risk, and there you go, arcade, sympathy and empathy. That's it. I mean, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
people.
And like Eric said, I've been to make it a little bit nicer. But what does it say about you if you're someone that makes fun of someone for wearing a mask?
Oh, to me, it says a lot about a person. Yeah.
So yeah,
because it's not necessary. It's not necessary to be that way. I mean, people that act that way, it's a choice. It's not. They weren't born that way. They learned to behave that way, or they made the choice to behave that way. And
so, are you in a part of Wisconsin where a lot of people aren't wearing masks?
Yes.
In Wisconsin.
So see, where I live, like I went to the store a couple times today, and I would fathom to guess that 90% or more, probably 95% of people in the store are wearing masks.
I would say in the town I live in, it's probably more like 25%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you go into a gas station and they've got a plexiglass shield up and the people behind it aren't wearing a mask, and you got 3-4 employees back there.
But they're behind the shield.
But there's the counter.
Amongst themselves.
And they're amongst themselves behind the shield. It's not like they have shields in between themselves.
Right.
That's another thing that happened yesterday with me. I stopped at Subway to get a sandwich. I walked in, I put my mask on. The minute I got to the door, I put the mask on, walked in, ordered my sandwich, and the young fella behind the counter, real nice guy, and man, he's just washing everything down. And I said, "Go ahead, finish what you're doing, cleaning up." And he goes, "Yeah," he says, "the boss has turned into a real stinker." He says, "We're required every single hour to do what we call a full mop down of the whole service area. We have to sterilize the whole service area once every hour, and we got to write it down." We did it. And I said, wow, that's a lot of extra work. He goes,
Yeah.
yeah. He says, it is. He says, and we're busy. He says, we've been really busy. Here comes this gal out of the kitchen, no mask on. And he caught her out of the corner of his eye, and he turned around and he says, you better get your mask on. The boss walks in. He says, you know you're going to be working for McDonald's. And I didn't miss that fact that obviously there, the boss, I actually know the boss there, the manager, and I can see him saying, hey, if he has to wear a mask all the time, so do you.
Mm-hmm.
That means all of us have to. It's not if you want to or if it's convenient. That's just going to be the rule. And if it's going to be the rule, then fine. As long as it applies to everybody, that there's not, if you want to, then it's not a rule. And I'm surprised because here in Ashland, other than restaurants and bars, you don't see people without their masks going in a door anywhere.
Oh no!
And even out on the sidewalks, I would say we're running 60% have masks on outdoors on the sidewalks. But it's close to 100% indoors here.
And here, an hour south of you, that gas station I was in the other day, Quick Trip for that matter. Heck, the employees were wearing their masks around their chin.
Our Quick Trips, all three of them, I guess they got rolled up by corporate because they weren't enforcing the mask policy on their employees or the public. Yeah. I hate to say that, Quick Trip, but it's a fact, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
That I talked to one of the store managers, and he said, yeah, we got all written up because, some of our employees, they say, I can't wear that mask when I'm in the walk-in cooler. I can't wear that mask if I'm working in the deli department. It's too hot. And he said, no. Corporate said, no, everybody wears a mask. And as long as there's the state mandate, and it's posted on their doors big as day, do not enter without a face covering. If they enter without one, you tell them turn around and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see E-Waste Mike is here. Ann, do you see him?
Look closely.
That was E-Waste Mike, guys.
Oh, yeah.
E-Waste is in the house. Look at Gran. Look
I
at Granny.
didn't say I'm with my granddaughter.
What's up, ass crack?
Yeah, it's great to see you, ass crack. Get on up here on the panel, man. Well, thanks, Travis, because I think, everybody, everybody's kind of quiet about it because I think everybody's feeling the same way, and it's just gotten to be too much, and people are disliking other people for foolish reasons, and some people just are not behaving well, and I just feel like we're all we're on this wicked ride and just hoping this ride ends soon,
And we're all doing the best that we can. That's what everybody needs to remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
And be nice to each other.
Be nice to each
Plain
other.
and simple. Just
Be nice. I don't care what anybody else thinks.
Lots of wisdom right there.
Yeah,
If they're nice to me, then I'm nice to them. It's that simple.
that's it. At people that aren't nice to me in my personal life, I'm not nice back to them. I just tell them, I don't like your behavior. Stay away from me.
I don't understand why people want to be mean to other people.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Yeah. Well, unless it's me being mean to Phil, him being mean to me, or we're
Right. Acting
or
silly.
we're trying to be nice to ass crack,
Yeah.
I mean,
We try to be nice to ass crack, but
You know.
it's hard.
so the term nice can be a little there's a little bit of gray area to that.
Well, there's that gray area among friends where it's just fun teasing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Amongst
But
friends,
being
sometimes
malicious-
the
being
nastier
malicious
you
to
get,
somebody.
actually, that's the nicer. You're being
Mhm.
nicer than usual. Yeah.
But you just don't be malicious to somebody because what they think is different.
That's right. That's right. Yep. Hey, it's time for the Sty Story, guys.
It is. So I'm going to
is.
say hi because I'm going to listen while I'm working. So thanks for giving me the opportunity, Sty.
Absolutely. Hey, buddy. Yeah, we gotta chat a little bit about what's going to come up next year too. By the way.
Absolutely. I think I see a couple of ways that maybe we can find a virtual collab to talk about what's
that could
coming.
be pretty fun. Yeah, yeah.
And I hope things get better in that situation.
All right. Well, you guys take care.
You too. Have a good one there, Travis.
Bye.
And stop sending that stuff. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, oh my gosh. Oh, how did that happen? I lost it. I won't.
You've lost it.
I've lost it. That's for damn sure.
That's a long time ago.
I gotta re-hook up my.
Yeah, welcome to Get Her Done, Granny.
I have to.
Hey, everybody, we're ready. Let's rock.
Okay, we're going to go into this old Sty story, folks. And for those of you that aren't aware, we're revisiting an old Sty story. This Sty story was
Aren't they all old?
I believe. What's that?
Aren't they all old? Never mind. Go ahead.
So you're going to be able to see this in hieroglyphs. Yeah. Sty story. It's on the side of a pyramid. But no, I want you to take a good look at the video quality of this, not just listen to the story. And we're going to talk about it after the story's done. So enjoy. This is an oldie, guys. This is one of my earliest Sty stories. So here we go. We'll get this set up. Well, hi there. Sty North here with you. I had to come out to base camp and do some maintenance again, and get the snow and ice off the roof of the base camp tent.
Is it me or I can't hear it?
Things just don't go your way. You can't hear it?
No, it's so low. Look at YouTube. Do you have the volume up on YouTube there?
Are you hearing it at all?
Yeah, but it's really low.
It's cranked all the way up in YouTube. You got to be kidding me. So you can't hear it.
It's
Okay.
so low. I can't. It's
Boy, I tell you what, I got to stop this. There we go. I got to shut her down. There it goes. Sorry, folks. I mean, that's an actual YouTube video. And it's cranked all the way up and done on share screen. And the audio's on. And if you could just barely hear it, that's definitely a StreamYard problem.
I think they've done something that messed up
That
StreamYard
StreamYard
now.
is
Yeah.
not, that it's distorting the quality of the video itself. So what
That's
we're going to
correct,
do
fine.
then is I'm going to just tell you the story. I'll just tell you the story. Damn it. Oh, look at there.
Yeah, Granny, tell the story.
Swap places with you. There we go. You're muted, Phil. We didn't hear a word you said.
I said, I bet Granny could tell a story.
Oh, yeah, I bet she could tell some stories.
Yeah.
That's something I'm going to do this winter, too. At least once a month, I want a viewer story. I want them up here, big on the screen, and tell their
No.
story. Oh,
No.
no.
By telling these stories, you'll have to take the stream down.
Yeah.
Well, or just accept the demonetization, you know. I just don't want to have to rate them 18.
Well, you have me up there, so you have to.
There is weird, yeah. StreamYard is acting actually glitchy on certain things.
You have to send them a message, Ty.
Okay, folks, I'm going to tell you that the old revisit to the Petrie. Okay. Back in the late, well, it'd be the mid 1980s, I was living out in northwestern Montana. There was, and I loved the backcountry. I hiked all over the backcountry back then. I was young. I'd go out there 3 days and cover 35, 40 miles of hiking. And, well, there was this mountain nearby. And, well, to most of us out there, we considered it a foothill. And the mountain, I guess the top of it was probably right around about 6,000 feet above sea level. And there was one road went up one side of it, and that was it. Went up one side, almost got to the top of the mountain, and then it just dead-ended. That's the only road that was on that whole mountain. So I loved to hike that mountain. I hiked that mountain all the time. But I rarely went all the way up to the crown of the mountain, to the very top. And one winter, I think it was the second winter we were out there, I decided I'm going to snowshoe to the top of that devil. What the heck, why not? So I put on a big frame pack with all my gear. I figured to hike to the top of to the crest of that mountain and back, I got to plan on 2 days. I'll hike up there, camp, then explore a little bit, and then hike back down the next day. Well, when I got to the top of that mountain, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The snow there wasn't a single track or scuff on that snow. It was just smooth, beautiful. And it was just covered, the very top of that mountain was covered with pine trees. And they're all, I noticed I figured, well, they're not very big because they're on top of the mountain. I mean, that's extreme weather up there. So I figured the pine trees just don't grow that big up on top of the mountain. And they're all about between 6 and 15 feet tall, And so I'm up there snowshoeing around, all of a sudden I got to pee. Well, I didn't like the idea of peeing right in the middle of the trail that I'm hiking because I'm coming back that way. I don't want to get that pee all in the snow and then walk on it with snowshoes. That wouldn't be good. And I looked, and there's about a 12-foot pine tree, spruce, nice bushy-looking spruce, about 30 feet away from me. And I thought, I'll just waddle over there. I'll pee on that tree. Well, I found out the hard way. That was a fatal error. I snowshoe over to that tree. Just as I'm getting ready to go, thinking, finally. All of a sudden, my whole world turned upside down. Literally. All of a sudden, I'm tumbling down through spruce boughs, all the branches, and a lot of snow falling all over the place. Going ass over tea kettle, and then I came to a stop, and I realized I'm hanging upside down. My snowshoes are caught, thank God, in a branch. And I looked down, and about maybe a foot and a half from my head is the ground. I looked up, and realized this tree is about 24 to 25 feet tall. It's not 12 feet. It's at least 24 feet tall. I got a hold of the last, it was fortunate too, the last branch was right at about chest height to me, hanging upside down though. And I got a hold of that, and I was able to push myself up and twist my snowshoes enough that I'd come down out of that tree, and I landed on the bottom. I'm sitting down there thinking, well, this is no good. What the hell happened here, I took my snowshoes off, tied a piece of cordage to them, tied that to my gun belt. Then I took that big pack. Thank God I had the top of it tied shut tight. Nothing fell out of it. Took the big pack off, tied a piece of cordage to that, tied it to the other side of the belt, and I looked up that bugger. About 14 feet up is the top of that snow. And it's all snow. It's just a big round chamber of 14-foot deep snow, at least 14 feet deep. I had to climb the damn tree. Now, standing on the ground, that first branch, again, is chest height. It was about 4.5 feet off the ground, the first branches. I had to climb up through that spruce tree until I got up a little bit above the surface of the snow. I looked down there, and I was absolutely amazed that I did not break my frickin' neck. I had to hike up my snowshoes, throw those out on top of the snow, same with the pack, threw that out, trying to make a judgment. And then I realized if I jump, I'm only going to be about 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from the edge. What if my weight when I hit that snow makes it all collapse? And I end up down in that tree with all this snow on top of me. So I climbed the tree a little bit further and kind of got it swaying a little, and then I dove out of the tree. And I landed about 5 feet away from the edge. I didn't realize that on that side of the mountain, the prevailing winds were on the opposite side of the mountain. So that snow just sits there and drifts all winter. And it gets, the locals, talking some of the old locals, they said, oh yeah, there's years you go up there, you can't even see trees. All you see is a round, bald top of that mountain. But there's 25, 30-foot trees underneath it. It's just that much snow on that side of the mountain. So I learned the hard way, when you're up in the high country, if you gotta go, don't just walk up to some nice little bushy looking tree thinking that's a good place to go, because you could be going straight to China. There's another word that fit in that better, but because I was so fortunate, because all I was bumped and bruised. I had no broken bones or anything. If I would have broke a leg or an arm down in there, it's real hard to say if I would have been rescued. I would have been able to have lasted a good week with the supplies I had with me, but to be rescued out of there would have been real iffy. Not if you weren't able to climb that tree, you would not probably be found, because they wouldn't have, by the time they would have come looking for me. In fact, it was the next 48 hours we got like 26 inches of snow on that mountain. So they would have never found my tracks. But when you learn a lesson that way, the hard way, even today, here in northern Wisconsin, I can be out hiking in the woods in the middle of winter. I'll have to pee, and I'll see a nice little spruce tree, and I'll start to head toward, and I'll go, nope, I'm going to go pee on that oak tree over here. Where all I see is trunk. I don't see any branches or anything. It's just become part of me now. Don't pee next to a spruce tree in the heart of winter. You just don't know where you're going to end up. So there you go. That was the Petrie in northwestern Montana. And I wish you could have seen it in the poor quality video that I had originally done. You might have noticed a little of that poor quality when I was first running it. But I grabbed this just in case anybody asks, what did you film that with? This is all I had for YouTube filming for my first 3 years at YouTube. It's an old Kodak Easy Share that we bought it was late 2019 that we bought this. This thing was 15 years old before I started doing YouTube videos with it. And for that 15 years, I didn't know it would do videos. I just thought it was a camera. We were taking still pictures with it all the time. And in 2015, I noticed it's got a little video camera with a button there, and I pushed it, and by golly, it let me do videos. So lo and behold, that was the start of my YouTube channel, this little Kodak camera. Really bad quality. So I beg your pardon for the video part not working, not having the volume that was needed.
Well, see, there's you a good book, Sty. You need to make a book about all the things nobody ever tells you about how to survive in the wilderness. The little tips and tricks.
You know,
You'll never see that in a book.
oh yeah, the Petrie Incident. I don't think you're going to hear many people ever talk about that. I
But that,
did. I did several years later actually read an article where a guy talked about how he was caught in almost like a survival thing where he had to spend the night, but he didn't have proper cover, and it was really bad snowy weather and very sub-zero temps. So he found a big blue spruce, and he crawled down the spruce to get down to the base of it, and he camped there for the night. And he said when he started a fire, it was just nice, toasty, warm. And the next day when he crawled out, he said it was difficult getting to the snow because that snow around the tree had melted back about 1.5 feet from him having a fire all night
yep.
underneath there. And and the way he explained it was, if he would have waited another 4 or 5 hours, he said he would have had to have dug through the snow to get out because it melted too far away from the tree. But
There's little things like that people would never think of.
yeah, a lot of times, yeah. Yep. Take a peek over here and
Just you and I, just you and I. Oh, there's Granny. Never mind. Oh.
so going back a little.
Yeah, I've had that problem with StreamYard a few times. I've shared something that volume's all the way up and everything, and it comes across faint.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then them only allowing you to actually upload a 5-minute video, and I haven't been able to upload a full 5 minutes. It always tells me that the file's too big.
Right.
And so you got to have the lowest quality possible to get a file small enough. I wish they would have gone with 10 minutes or 15 minutes for videos, because then that's actual software quality. I mean, it's because they've got the original video basically, and so the audio comes through real good.
That was probably the problem with my one I wanted to do yesterday as my intro. It was I probably exported it at too high a quality, and then it was taking up too many. That's probably exactly what happened on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Try to make it look good, but then you can't download
if you
it on
get
the
it
streamer.
uploaded, the audio quality is good. Like
Oh, that fucking son of a bitch!
oh, I double clicked that fucker.
Son of a bitch! You're so used to double clicking stuff, right? Okay.
Yep. Son of a bitch! Don't double click that. Sorry, Mike, you weren't up here on the panel for that. I know that.
Sometimes you double click on stuff and it doesn't work.
Yeah, Blake. I sure hope. I sure hope he does well. Yeah. Our prayers are out to you, but they're.
Yeah. Well, as long as he's got a good state of mind, Blake, that always helps, man.
Oh, it goes a long way.
When you get that doom and gloom when you're in the hospital and you're an older person and you got something, man, it sure doesn't help your situation. So
no,
it's good he's got a good positive frame of mind.
That's it. If and that's it. I've seen that with elderly folks in my family, where the hospital, the doctors are saying, I don't know if they're ever going to be coming home, and if they get out of here, they'll probably go right to nursing home, and then have that elderly family member say, "Oh, maybe a day or two more, and then I'm the hell out of here. I can't wait to get home. I got to do this. I got to go water the flowers. And you're thinking the doctor just said they ain't probably ever coming out of here. 2 days later, the doctor's saying, well, we're going to send them home. Keep a close eye on them, but we're sending them. Because their attitude was one, I ain't dying in this damn place. I got things to do. I got to go home.
Doctor better never say that to me, because I'm just going to say F you and walk out right then.
That was my one grandfather. They paid hell. It took almost a month to finally convince him to go into the hospital so they could surgically remove 3 large growths. They were about the size of oranges that were in his abdomen. Well, they removed them, and they had already biopsied them, and they weren't malignant, but they removed them because they were causing digestive issues and stuff. And the next day, they called us. I'll never forget that morning where all of us kids are sitting around the table with my mom and pop having breakfast, and the phone rings, and my pop answers, and all of a sudden my pop's going, that's bullshit. He goes, I'll get them, and I'll get them back right away. And he hung up. And we're all like, what? What's going on? He looks at my mother and goes, Pop just escaped the hospital. My dad jumped in his squad car and took off to where the hospital was, which was 2 communities away from us. Way out in the farm country. You got to go through all this farm country to get to that town. Out in the middle of nowhere, in that farm country, my dad's flying down the highway, and he's got his lights, his cop lights going. He's flying down the highway about 85, 90 miles an hour, and he zips by. And what does he see? He sees this 87-year-old man walking down the side of the road with his ass hanging out of that hospital gown. He walked out with the hospital gown on, nothing else, and took off down. He was walking home. That was 28 miles. And he had just had major abdominal surgery like 16 hours earlier. And he told my pop, he says, if you take me home, everything will be okay. He says, I won't be able to do much for a week or two, but you take me home, everything will be okay. He says, you take me back to that damn hospital, he says, I'll be dead within 2 days. My dad felt bad the rest of his life, convincing the old man, you gotta go back to the hospital. Should have never taken him back. Took him back to the hospital, and my dad said his whole persona changed. You could tell. He just, he's given up, man. He's gonna lock me up in this damn place. Yeah, I'll never get out. And yeah, he passed away in less than a day. And the doctor said there was no reason for him to pass away. And my dad said, well, yeah, there was, because you took his positive attitude away from him by convincing me to force him to stay here. And it was true. I mean, having a good, strong mind, yeah.
Well, my mother-in-law had a good stroke about this time last year, I want to say, if not a year and a half ago. And man, she had one, and she stuck around the house, and like a day or two later, I think it was my son wound up finally taking her to the hospital. And I forget what they did, but then she wound up in this nursing home, and they had to reteach her how to walk because the whole one side of the body, left side of her body, wasn't functioning properly. And the prognosis was when they put her in there that she would be in there for several months. Several. Yeah. I think I want to say she was in there for 2 or 3 months. This lady, now she's had 5 knee replacements. She's had one done 3 times, the other one done twice. She had all sorts of medical procedures over her entire life, and we never thought she'd make it to this age. She worked harder than anybody else in that nursing home or recovery facility to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
And she's been home, and somebody stops by there almost once a day just to make sure. And she's got her walker, and she gets around the house, and she does not want that freedom to be taken away from her. She doesn't drive, doesn't do anything else, but she doesn't want that freedom taken away from her of being able to sit in her own home or do whatever. So,
well, and that's it. Is as long as you know that you have that choice, then it makes it worth getting up in the morning, you know?
Oh yeah.
Because you're going to make your own choices for the day. And my pop in 1967 had a major stroke. I mean, and the prognosis for him was he's going to be a vegetable, that he would never know who we were or anybody again, and that he would never ever be functional where he could feed himself or anything ever again. He was out of the actually out of the hospital 6 weeks after that stroke, even though
Wow,
the
that's
prognosis
awesome.
was that he'll never have his mind back even. And within 6 months, he was back on patrol as chief of police of our community. And the problem is a year and a half later, he had a stroke that was even worse coming on before he passed away.
Mm.
Yeah, his autopsy, they said they found 7 clots at the base of his brain
Ooh.
that were migrating, and they said that he would have that would have been a killer stroke, one that they would have never even got him to the hospital on that one.
Mm.
But his recovery, they said no way. No, it all had to do with his determination. He struggled so hard, and they kept telling him, we're going to have you do 20 minutes of therapy each day for the next 2 weeks, then it'll go to a half hour, and then it'll go to 40 minutes, gradually. That first therapy, it pissed him right off. He says, no, if we can't do this for at least an hour, don't waste my time. And I remember my mother having a fit and saying, no, they said you could kill yourself. And he says, well, then I'll kill myself. He says, and that won't be your fault, will it? That was always his argument. If this kills me, guess what? It won't be your fault. It'll be mine. But doggone it, I'm either going to get right or I'm going to die trying. And he got right, yeah.
That's a good attitude, though.
Yep. That's it. And physical therapy is so easy to want to give up on, man. And yeah, if a person can just get that mindset, son of a bitch, I'm going to go through all this misery, and I won't have to a lot sooner than others will. I know with my open heart surgery, on the 3rd day, I wanted to go home. And that's counting the day of surgery.
Yep.
I was in the hospital 3 days, and I wanted out that damn door. And they hadn't even removed that seal on my chest yet. And I'm going, come on, discharge me, get me the hell out of here.
Well, you just wanted a cigarette.
That's one hell of a motivator.
I tell you, and that's it. 5 days in that hospital without a smoke. They wheel me out to my daughter's little minivan. They get me in the passenger seat, and I'm just like, leave me alone. I'm fine, Jesus, I'm fine. And I'm digging around in her van. Well, she's talking to these 2 nurses. I'm digging around in her. I go, yes, I knew he hid smokes in here. Her honey always hid a pack of smokes in that van. One of the nurses, Sty, I gotta say goodbye. And I felt her touch my shoulder. I turn around, I got a smoke burning in my mouth. I go, oh, bye. Smoke pouring out of my mouth. Bye. She goes, what are you trying to do? Kill yourself? I said, no, now I'm living. I'm living now. Oh,
Right?
God, this is the life. Yeah. I hate hospitals with a passion. I hate them with a passion. I hate even going in to see a loved one that's in the hospital. I force myself, but what you been brushing with that?
That was last night. That was gross last night. I had to brush my teeth after getting on that challenge last night.
Had to have been gross.
It felt like it was cake on all of my teeth. Even today, after brushing again, my mouth just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's certain things that I eat where it's just like it clings to you. You can brush your teeth for 20 minutes and you just like it's still there.
Yeah, I got a nice burn inside my mouth from my wife's dinner. So I was going. She made this pork loin in the crock pot with some carrots and potatoes and stuff. And I take a bunch of it, put it in the bowl, and I'm going through and I'm eating everything. I'm cutting the little potatoes in half. Everything's fine, and then I get one that's just like scalding freaking hot, and I can't get it out of my mouth quick enough, and burnt the roof of my mouth. And yeah. Even when I was sitting here eating something earlier, it's like, oh, well, I'm glad I didn't have that going on in my mouth when I was eating hot chocolate or something.
Oh, no kidding. Hey, neighbor girl. Hi. John's life. I seen that you've been in there chatting.
Neighbor girl. I just finished that off.
You ate all of that?
Yep. I've had that bag, 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Oh, it's been 3 weeks because my wife wasn't here when I got it. She's been back 2 weeks now, so about 3 weeks, yeah.
But you just opened it, It hasn't been open for 3 weeks, has it?
Yeah, I mean, I opened it. Yep, I opened it because I couldn't. The first time I tasted it, I couldn't taste it. So I bought it on a weekend when my wife was gone, and then I think it was on a Monday stream or one of those streams. I ate some and I couldn't taste it. I was like, that's really weird.
Uh-huh.
Remember when I was thinking I might have some COVID symptoms and whatnot? I didn't have a temperature, but had a couple of little things, and it was just really weird. And that was something that for probably about 3 or 4 days, it really didn't taste much of anything. You could taste something, but not like you normally. Again, I was eating those and not tasting them.
Yeah, candy corn doesn't go bad. It just goes hard as a frickin' rock. Yeah. I've got some over here that's 2.5 years old. You want to try? I want to watch you eat a handful of it, all at the same time. But I'm not paying the dentist bills for all the busted teeth you're going to have. I grabbed one about a week ago. I thought, candy corn, yeah, that's always good. Pop one in my mouth. It's like I threw a stone in my mouth. It's solid, hard.
Yeah, I think they do have an expiration date. Especially if you don't have.
I think it's a Best By date because it still tastes the same. I just sucked on the damn thing for about a half hour till it got soft enough to chew. And it tasted like candy corn. So Best By date means that they're still chewable. Yeah. USB access today for free. Old Stanley and a Woodings, Verona. Wow.
See, y'all sat around earlier today in a live stream and chatted yourselves to death. Now you got nothing to talk about. Listen how. See, we were all in a room with Mike earlier today. I was only in there for an hour, and you should have heard everybody just flapping, hands flapping, Granny's actually talking.
I wasn't there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Granny wasn't there.
Samantha was. Everybody just chatting away. You come up on the panel now. It's like cricket.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is, but today I just felt kind of drained and wore out, and I thought, well, it'll be good out, tonight, getting to chat, everybody will be yak, and I can kick back a little bit. Oh, hell no. I got to just keep talking. I'm going to lose my voice before this stream is over because nobody else got anything to say. I mean, come on. I feel like I'm alone out in the woods here.
Of course, I couldn't enjoy it anyway. I had this massive headache because I was so distracted this morning that I forgot to take my medicine. The happiness of the night before just had me so flustered I just couldn't think of anything.
I didn't take my pills until 2:30 this afternoon, and I take them at 9 o'clock in the morning, every morning. That's the one time I never miss my pills. I will miss them some at night sometimes and wake up and go, oh shit. If Ann finds out, I'm in trouble. You know, you know your life has gotten, come on now. Quit worrying about me, for Christ's sakes. When I have guests from Indiana, way the hell over in Indiana, it takes them 9 hours to drive from there up to where I camp. They get to camp, and the first thing out of their mouths walking into my campsite is, Sty, did you take your pills? Ann wants to know. I just spent a week and a half out there in camp not hearing somebody say, Sty, did you take your pills? The second they walk into my camp, Sty, did you take your pills? Ann wants to know. Jeez. Well, no, they didn't say Ann wants to know. Mom wants to know. That's the way they put it. Mom wants to know.
Not surprising.
No, I guess it didn't surprise me.
Just the way it is.
Yeah, I can't imagine it. You probably haven't even contemplated your next actual challenge, have you? You have.
Mm-hmm. My next challenge will be from the Inferno Candy Company.
Yep.
Talked about this, I think, last night. And it's going to be Hell Puffs.
Hell Puffs.
Now, what they do here with the Hell Puffs is you get, I think it's 5 minutes to eat the entire bag of Hell Puffs. They're laced with Carolina Reaper and all your other ghost peppers and Trinidad scorpions. And it's a challenge, You get 2 bags of them, you get 2 people, and the person that eats it the fastest gets the shirt. Well, guess what? I don't have anybody that I'm doing it with, so I'm going to eat both packs, and I get the shirt.
Oh, shit.
So we're going to see if we can eat both of these in under 10 minutes, and yeah.
See,
I don't know if that'll be next weekend or weekend after next, but it'll be soon.
See, now he could have saved himself some misery. He could have sent me one of those packs and said, Sty, you and I'll do the competition. And he'd already know he'd get the T-shirt. And I could sit here and get it all hyped up, and he'd be going, go. And I'd put that first one in my mouth and go, nope, that's it. You get the T-shirt.
You get the T-shirt.
Yep.
Well, then I should have just picked Oji-san to do it with me.
Oh, that would have been good and dramatic. Yeah.
Where's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, where's Jimmy?
Here.
I haven't seen him on
No.
Where is everybody?
Him or Marcedel out there.
It's kind of quiet tonight. Yeah.
Maybe they were down the Huntsville road.
Maybe they're playing hide the salami.
Oh.
Jesus. That's got no.
Hey, once a week, it's good for the heart.
Can't blame them.
I don't have it once a year, and so my heart is bad. Yeah.
Oh. But no, I got that one. And then, from the same company, I got another T-shirt. See, I got two of those shirts. I got this
You
one.
don't have to buy, so I have to buy everything if I want something. Nobody's giving me anything.
If I got two of no one gave me this. I bought that. I didn't realize that this other challenge that I got also came with a shirt. This is the one I think gosh darn it. God bless America.
Ooh, first son.
He just got the little kid and that Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic.
Yeah.
Just did this one. And there's a sour side and a fire side, and basically two people put it in their mouth, and the person that takes it out last wins. So the one side has got malic acid on it, which is what makes things sour, and the other side is habanero, ghost pepper, and Carolina Reaper peppers.
Oh, hey, Mike's here.
That's correct.
Oh, he is there.
Didn't quite have him up fast enough there, Mike.
He's got his own
Sorry.
intro now.
Well, you know what the
That's
problem
right.
was? When he was in the basement, I saw him. He was standing there normal, and then all of a sudden, his went to black screen in the circle. So I pulled him on up, and as soon as he came up, that circle went away, and there was a different circle.
Got
To
the
the brown
full
eye.
moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a full moon last night.
It was like, oh Jesus!
What are you gonna do?
That
Yeah.
I tried to.
Yeah.
I put my camera up upstairs, but for some reason my computer's not recognizing it, so I had to come back down here.
Huh.
Oh,
Whatever.
Whatever.
What I say.
you about killed me today. I forgot to take my medicine. It's your fault.
Yeah. Cindy. Wonder where that video came from.
At the end of that live stream last night, Granny put that bitch on private real quick.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
To fix it, I can't monetize it.
Real quick.
You know, and that's the thing is whoa, Shane, thank you, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's like I was telling these guys earlier today, a few of them, that you know I don't push for super chats. You know, I don't push for them at all, and I can tell different times of the year, and when people start getting a little more concerned about how they spend their money around this time of year. The holidays are coming up.
Yep.
Heating season's coming up. I mean, winters can be expensive, So we got to watch what we spend. We got to really be careful what we spend out there. And I didn't even realize it until I was doing my books today, this morning. And I go, oh, wow, my last 3 streams, I didn't get a single super chat. Maybe people don't like me no more. I was like, oh, well, what the hell? Shit. Yeah, life goes on. Life goes on. Plus, it's a good time of year for super chats to drop off a little bit because I ain't going camping. I don't have that overhead of camping.
Just show your ass. Your PayPal goes up quick.
I could not believe that when I found out that
Did
he
you
Waste
PayPal him
Mike
for
sits
showing his
on
ass?
Granny's channel and somebody PayPals him $20 for showing his, yeah, like just because he cracked a smile. I
But it
mean,
wasn't me this time. Just saying.
huh?
It wasn't me that was paying. Just saying. Yeah.
Oh, you just want to make sure that everybody knows it wasn't you. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Well,
Well,
Mike
might
told
as well
me
put it
that you
back
still
up there
have
'cause
credit on
everybody
your
bought it
account.
anyway.
I haven't checked my PayPal. Maybe Ann did. I better go look.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, it was, KD.
Yeah,
And
arcade,
it's
that's
for the
right.
rest
People
of
are
the night.
struggling, and I don't have any issue with that.
Yeah, was
But-
K&D still on the panel when he showed his ass?
Oh, yeah.
Who was up there?
K&D.
Table prepping.
Well, if you don't care, Mike, I'll put it back out there. I just kind of didn't know if you wanted it out there.
I don't
Hey, Granny, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm his
No, I'll do it
spokesman, and
again.
he's not.
Mike shows his ass all the time. What's new?
Yeah, did you see that big smile he had? Hell, he don't care.
I called last night.
I tell you what, they demonetized this stream. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna be good with it. It's, yeah,
But just
yeah.
fuck it.
Well, that's it. I mean, for the few pennies that it'll make, you can keep it. Yeah, but I'm keeping old Last Crack up there. You just, yeah, that was too good. That took the Mankini one more step, man. It was,
Well, like I said, the bad thing was it went to the circle in the basement. So we was all really shocked.
yeah, for it to go from one to the other.
Yeah, I was like,
That
whoa.
had to have been good. Yeah, this afternoon I was thinking, boy, if there was only a way to superimpose Phil and the Mankini in front of Mike while he's bent over like that.
Oh,
Then I
You're
could
an
have something I could use when both of them are on the panel. Get them both.
You got to
at
work
one
on that
time.
in film more. I'm sure there's a how-to video.
Yeah, there's I'm sure.
okay. Y'all will have to talk to me later because I got the rights to that clip.
Yeah. It's good to see you, Candy. Yeah, that's some funny shit.
Yes, that was.
Had to go put a sweatshirt on it there, eh, Ass Crack? It's getting cold down there in the basement.
Yeah, it is. I haven't got no damn shoes on either. My feet are cold.
That's me. I'm not wearing socks or shoes.
Well, I got my socks on, but
It's 70 degrees in here, and that's about as cool as it ever gets in this place. But I looked out there, and it's lightly snowing, and the damn fool had checked the weather before the stream, and yeah, our warmest day this week is going to be 34 degrees.
cool.
That's the highest. That's the highest high for the next 5 days. Yeah.
The highest high.
Hey, Chowser. Leon.
It's a chowser.
Put your pants back on.
Right?
They're on.
They were on then. It just they weren't pulled all the way up.
Oh God, what's he doing, y'all? Watch out.
Cindy says just keep that white stuff up there. That's why I always told my girlfriends you're not allowed to do the foxtrot afterwards. Yeah. You can just keep that white stuff up there. You serious bunch of fuckers tonight.
What?
Not me.
Oh, the stream started so serious,
Now,
and that's
now
what made me
Granny
get off.
is being Granny, so I'm not including her.
The stream did start off pretty serious.
Yeah, and when it does that, like,
Well,
and
hey, that ended an hour ago.
just the way
Don't
I am.
use that as an old excuse.
Okay.
Well, my stream was a little bit serious in the beginning, Ann, but Mike,
Well,
we
I
had a blast
started,
after that.
I
It was
started
like-
with a bam right away when I got up there, so yeah.
It was like, oh well, let's just turn loose.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are taking trips around that South Pole.
We had a ball. My old man went to turn on my stream to watch it, and the kids were here. He clicked on it. He said, oh, never mind. Click it off.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm sorry about it. Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was fun. I had a blast.
Yeah, I regret it afterwards, you know.
Why? I didn't.
I
I
did
missed
that.
it. When was that? I missed that one.
Just the way I am.
I think poor old Dan couldn't take it no more. He had to leave.
Dan was gone.
Hey,
Progress
Froggy,
is,
good to see ya.
Hey. He's looking bad, I guess.
Been a long
Dan,
time since
I went to GTA.
You what?
I went on GTA looking for your ass.
Well, I was playing into Sty was starting like 20 minutes, and now I was like, I still got 1.5 hours, and I was like, oh,
You had a lobby full of people.
I'm on a new
You,
time, and I was like, oh fuck, I have to like hurry up. Yeah,
hey, Mr. Fulton,
I
I
couldn't
was
get in.
multitasking.
They said
you were
you're.
on GTA all damn day the way PS4 showed it.
I was doing missions. I didn't see you in there, and I was jumping from one to another. Yeah,
Well, when you're in a lobby with a bunch of people,
yeah.
even though you're doing a mission, it'll still show you as in a full lobby. So it wouldn't let me come in. It wouldn't let me come into your lobby because technically you were there but not there because you were in a mission. So I just
Oh,
flew around to like 5 people left.
oh, you can send me a message for fuck's sake.
I ain't sending you shit.
Of course. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
Typical man. Typical man.
A typical man. Shut the hell up.
Oh fuck
I told
you.
her I was gonna hook her up, get her some levels, get her some money, and then she went to go play by herself. So ain't nobody got time for that.
Slap you around, weirdo.
Yeah, you can do that. I don't care. Yeah.
I don't remember which game it was, but I got a feeling Mike could be that way. Like my grandson, that little shit. We're playing this game, and we're both in the game. And you get into these spots where you'll have 30, 40 guys, and you got to fight like a son of a bitch. Because, I mean, these are tough guys. And you kill one, and they drop a bunch of money. They drop a bunch of gold, you know? I get down to the last 3 guys, and I'm running out of steam, trying to kill these guys off, and I'm thinking, boy, my grandson must be busy too. And then I expanded my screen. That little son of a bitch is running around behind me, picking up all the money. I'm too busy to pick up the damn money. These guys are trying to kill me. Oh no, he waits till I kill somebody, and then when I move on to the next guy, he goes and takes my money. That frickin' kid was rich. And here he'd been following me around through that whole damn game, collecting all my money. He did the same thing on StreamYard. Or not on StreamYard, Jesus Christ. On Minecraft. I built this awesome custom world. And I had this room that was packed full of gold and diamonds and emeralds. I mean, it took a lot, and none of it was under creative. I mean, that was survival mode. It took me months to get there. And he wanted to play in that world once. I said, well, okay, you can play with me. So he comes, I let him come into that world. And they got these creepers in Minecraft, little green guys that explode if they get near you. I had 5, well, it worked out 2 gates and 3 doors that you had to go through to get to this room where all this riches are. And I hear the door open, and I turn, and I look, and there's my grandson coming through the door, and the son of a bitch got 3 creepers right on his ass following him in. He brings him right in the middle of this small room that's full of all the diamonds and everything I mined. And all 3 of them, boom, 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 blew the shit out of everything. And my grandson goes, oh, maybe I should have closed the door. I said, you had 5 frickin' opportunities to close doors on the way in here. And where the hell did you find 3 creepers to follow you all the way in here before they blew up? I didn't know they were behind me. Yeah, bullshit. That's why I don't play with other people. It's like they want to bash me in the ass all the time.
Did you say ass?
I didn't do that all the time. I didn't do that all the time.
Pinocchio, shut up.
Wow.
What?
Pinocchio. Was your father's name Geppetto?
My nose is pretty short.
Yeah, it's just growing this way. Oop.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. It'll look like a potato.
Yeah. Yeah,
Who's in the
Phil,
chat?
that's what I'm doing tonight too. When we wrap the stream up, I bet you it won't be a half hour. I'll be in the wreck sleeping.
Well, we've had 3 nights that Marine's been here, and when she's sleeping here, we got to sleep with the closet light on and the closet door like partially closed, so there's enough light in the room. I don't. I got things covering little lights in my room that, like the clock, I got something that flips down over that, so there's no light comes from that. So I like the room pitch black.
Me too.
If I open my eyes, I don't want to see. I still don't want to see anything, so I go back to sleep. If I open my eyes, I can focus on something. Then a lot of times I'm thinking about things I shouldn't be, and I'm not going to sleep.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the other night I laid in bed, not last night, but night before last, I laid in bed 45 minutes and finally said, to hell with it. I come down here to the basement, down to the bed down here, thinking, all right, down here it'll at least be dark. Yeah, it was dark, but then I got lips upstairs and lips down here in the basement, playing their video games, and about every 10 minutes, oh, God damn!
Oh, it's like having Mike and Ann in the house.
So it wasn't any better. One place, they were faint, but it was when you're trying to sleep, you can hear everything.
Everything, yeah. That's me. I learned the hard way a few months ago with my CPAP machine. I'm that way. My alarm clock, it's not bright. It's and you can set it so it's just really dim. That's too much light for me, and I always turn it away and I've got white walls in my bedroom. I don't want it facing those walls either, so I have it facing my CPAP machine, which is black. And I don't know what I did, but I bumped something on the CPAP machine, and when that sucker comes on, the panel comes on, it lights the whole damn room up. I mean, it's that LED panel so damn bright. It lit the room up, and it takes about a minute and a half for it to finally go out again. And it's bullshit. I took one of the extra pillows on the bed, threw it on top of the machine so I wouldn't have to see the light. And all of a sudden I'm hearing this muffled beep, 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 beep. I took that pillow off that machine. Then it's loud. Beep, beep, beep. And it's saying on the screen to unplug unit. And then it's flashing overheat. I damn near fried a $2,000 CPAP machine because I didn't like its light. So I fixed it. A little bit of tape over that screen did the trick. Yeah. Did the trick. But I'm that way too. I love it. That's when I'm out camping. I can't have moonlight or starlight hit me in the face while I'm trying to sleep. Because I'll end up rolling over and staring at the fucking sky for 4 hours. I can't, no. I gotta be able to not see the stars and shit.
That moonlight's rough. It kept me up till 2:30 last night. Every time I shut my eyes, I saw the moonlight.
Well, after that stream last night, anybody that was there, oh my God, every time they closed their eyes, I thought they were going to see a full... That keep you up, boy. Shut up, Ann. That picture will keep you up.
I will have that picture on my phone if I want to look at it. So
that was rough on a woman.
Hey, Shane. Great to see ya.
I'll see Shane. I'm going to check that guy out. Keep saying I'm going to. I haven't yet.
Yes, Austin Shane's 27 away.
Is he 27 away right now?
27 away right now.
Good. Anybody that's watching, because I know you're not all out in the chat, anybody that's watching, get over, check out Saucy Shane. If you haven't subscribed, get over there, help him out, subscribe. He's getting so close to being monetized. Help him out. Get over there.
I figured I'd finally help him out, and I subscribed last night. So
You're promoted for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And then go, huh.
When he
Yeah,
gets
maybe I
1,000
should
subs,
watch one of his videos and maybe I'll subscribe even.
I can't even find his channel. I put his name in there, and that's some porn channel. I don't know. Thoughts and Sheila or something. It's a,
Saucy,
when he gets
saucy.
when he gets
Sheila.
1,000 subs, I'll give you a full quote on panel.
You did a search for Saucy Shane and you found all these other saucy
I found
channels
Saucy
that you
Sheila.
did subscribe to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do an everything spicy search on Instagram. Just telling you.
No, I've done that.
Yeah, I am
Same with
so
Twitter.
glad that I didn't really even choose my channel name. I just used my name. And
Saucy Hub.
because
Yes.
after hearing a lot of people's kind of horror stories about, well, I picked this channel name and you should see what comes up when you search for it. And I'd search for it and go, whoa. And I think, yeah, shit, I'm glad I didn't have to try to find a name that isn't going to pull something up that ain't good, you know? Yep. Well, and that's the very first time, not to embarrass you, Granny, but the very first time that somebody said, oh, you got to check out Get Her Done, Granny. I'm sorry, but the first thing that went through my mind is, what is she getting done? I mean, this could be awful interesting. What is she
And
getting done?
what is she using to get her done?
I was having fun.
Get her done.
What, Leanne?
What?
We was having fun.
Yeah.
A bunch of perverts.
Sorry.
Oh, you're not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah. Actually, I am.
I'm
Believe
not.
it or
I ain't sorry. Jesus Christ, I don't know how long I will be living. I'm gonna have fun while I can.
Right?
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
She don't plan on making 72 on-time monthly payments on that van.
No, if I last that long, everybody grows up, I'm gonna move into my van and ship with this stuff.
There you go. So Saucy Shane is going to review the bomb tomorrow, huh? I've had a little. I had some on those chicken wings, and then I had some that other night on that donut that I did, that apple fritter that I dumped a bunch of the bomb on.
Has anybody seen the bee lady? Where's she been?
I haven't seen it. I was
Haven't
thinking about
seen her.
that yesterday. I'm thinking I hadn't seen the bee lady in a few days.
I know she said she wasn't feeling well one day, and I haven't seen her.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard from her. I haven't heard of hiding her hair. What is it?
Hiding her hair.
Hiding her hair. I was just getting ready to Facebook Messenger, but she ain't had Facebook on the last 7 messages I sent her, so I ain't gonna do no damn good. Yeah, you don't see someone that you used to seeing almost every time you go live, whether it's me or Sty. You start worrying about people, like this dipshit over here.
I'm over here.
Yeah, I know.
I give up on him. I figure if he dies, he'll let us know. He'll, if he wants us to.
Well, if he dies, we won't know. That's just it.
I'll send y'all a message. I'm dead.
Yep.
There you go.
Well, how is she doing, Fox? Doing okay?
What'd you say?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fox at Outdoors said he talked to her. I asked if she was doing okay when he talked to her.
Oh.
Well, I hope she's doing all right. Again, I get worried when I don't see somebody in here in the chat for a while. So then I think, well, I probably said something stupid. So
When have you ever done that, Phil?
somewhere between the time I wake up and the time I go to bed,
Each and every day. Yeah.
and sometimes in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
wake up saying someone else's name. Oh, that gets you in trouble.
Oh, that'll get you in
Oh
trouble.
shit!
That'll get you in trouble.
Well, I'm glad I ain't gonna worry about that.
If I wake up in the middle of the night tonight saying ass crack, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh,
That guy
thank
right
God
there.
I live alone.
He started to ask crack. So.
Ass crack. What did you just
Oh,
say?
it's so nice
What?
to see you, ass crack.
Grass. Ass crack.
Oh, I was dreaming about e-waste, Mike said.
Well, it's funny. I had a dream last week or the beginning of last week. When one of it involved Brad Muglat, who used to come to my panel a lot or I chat, and it was really weird. And then it wound up involving another guy I work with. We wound up rolling a car, and then the car magically was okay, and it was just one of those dreams where every time I get up to go to the bathroom, I go back to lay down, and I'd start to dream again. It would start, it'd be along the same line. We'd rolled this car, and every time I went back to bed and laid back down, it was right back into something about that dream. So I woke up that next morning just tired because it's like my mind was going all night long.
I had one a couple weeks ago, and I was at Phil's house at a poker game with a bunch of my buddies, a bunch of his buddies. I lost $2.2 million. I said, "Oh well, see you next week," and I left.
Oh, well, I'll see you next week.
Well,
$2 million. I said, "I'll see you next week." Oh, well. I don't even know who won.
that's weird.
Don't say you ain't got no money, Paul.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, he laid out over $2 million at your house, so
Mm-hmm.
You
better go check your PayPal account, Phil.
Right? I was just in there. It ain't in there.
Well,
I think I just bought my last box of peppers for the fall. One of the guys just posted a thing in Facebook that he had peppers. I want to say he's quite south. I want to forget where he's at, but I got $20. It got me a box of peppers coming, so I'll keep eating peppers as long as I can. We won't have them here shortly.
Yeah, stay away from them private poker games.
What are you gonna do with that?
Lose.
We used to play every week.
Put
That's
them
the
on
middle
your
one.
nipples, Phil.
I used to host a
You
poker
like it.
game at my pizza joint every other week, and then the opposite weeks were down at a buddy of mine owned a Yamaha motorcycle outlet, and he sold snowmobiles, and we only played poker in the winters. And when they come to my restaurant, if I see one of the guys, yeah, he's getting a little crazy and drinking a little too much and losing a little too much, we cut him off. But boy, at his place, he just, we don't care if he wants to lose all his money, that's fine. I sat there and watched him one night just about lose his whole business. I just like, you moron, you moron, you moron. And he's losing it to friends of his that they were friends until they had all of his shit, of course, Then all of a sudden, oh, you want it back? Well, we'll sell it back to you. We'll sell it back to you cheap. 10% off, yeah. No. No, I would host the games. I wouldn't play with them. Yeah. Yep.
No, I've never been a big poker player. Never really got into playing that a lot. Know how to play, but don't know how to play well. You know.
Right.
The only thing we got into for probably about 10 years or so was euchre. We got into where we were going over to a friend's house, especially in the wintertime, like once a week, going over there and playing euchre for hours at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to casinos and play, but since Rona came around, I don't even go there.
Oh,
Yeah, I used to.
I haven't even been to casinos since they reopened. Don't plan on.
Yeah, I haven't been in a casino probably for a year and a half now, but
I'm just
I used to go in the casino once a month so that I could get a good free steak dinner, because all I'd have to do is go in, sit on the blackjack table. 45 minutes later, I got enough. I go enough to go have a nice free dinner. Go home with 20, $30 in my pocket too.
mhm.
But blackjack's the only place you could win any money in the smaller casinos. The machines, they're federally regulated. Yet you're not going to find a machine that's going to have a payout setting anywhere below 80%. So, you just playing slot machines. Yeah, unless you got inside information. Everybody says I got it figured out. Yeah, the fuck you do. Sorry, I was in that industry for 26 years. No, you don't. You think you do. Good luck.
well, you gotta play a game where you know how to do it. I mean, I would think like blackjack's one of those ones where if you know what you're doing,
Right.
and there is a set method on what you do and what you don't do. As long
Right.
as you don't go by your heart or have a hunch or anything else,
Yeah.
you just play the cards as you are supposed to play the cards
Oh yeah.
based on having people around you too. You're all right.
If you're playing properly, you're gonna take your hits. You're gonna take losses. You'll know. Yep. This one's a non-payer. This one's a non-payer. You know it. And then you'll see that next one. You'll go, oh yeah, hit me, hit me. And boom, boom. Yep. Now all of a sudden you're back in the money again.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey
Yeah.
Alexander, good to see
First
you. I'm
base is
doing fine.
Dusty.
The blackjack tables in Reno, when I was driving over the road, I'd either stop in Reno or I'd go out to Mustang Ranch. I didn't visit any of the girls out at the Mustang.
Mhm. Yeah, right.
Lie,
Okay.
lie.
No,
I hear you.
no.
I hear you.
I,
Then why even bring it up?
Right.
because that's where I'd go and I'd buy my truck fuel. And when I
Oh,
buy my
how
truck
How
fuel,
convenient.
I'd get $20 at the blackjack table. And I could go to the blackjack table with that $20 credit and walk away with enough to get myself a nice steak dinner and have a few extra bucks. And I get the hell out of there.
Mhm.
That's why I went to the ranch. I never won enough
Get your
at the
gas
ranch
pumped.
to meet anybody.
Yeah. Get his dipstick.
Yeah. I went to the ranch to get a gas pump and a dipstick check.
Yep.
It's called
Oh,
getting your
33rd.
stem wet.
Mhm.
He just confessed.
That's what the drivers
Sty used to
always.
just go.
That's
Sty
what the
used to go to
drivers
the
would
strip-
always say when they'd see you pulling out of the ranch and you get out on the highway. They're on the radio right away. Yay, weather shields! You get your stem wet? Yeah.
Yep, Sty just goes to those strip clubs because they got good eats.
The holy smokes! Everybody's sending me stuff in Messenger.
Yeah, I've been real cautious with that. I have a buddy that actually lives in West Virginia, Granny, and he sent me a text the other day. He's like, "Hey, I'm in town. You gonna be home?" I said, "Yeah, but please don't stop by." 'Cause
Yep.
we just got over COVID, so
Oh,
Oh hell yeah!
I'd love
Oh.
to see you, but stay away.
Yeah.
well, if somebody's had COVID, can they carry it and give it to somebody else? Does that happen?
I don't know, and I don't want to find out.
I don't either.
Like my daughter's sick, I went over there to ask, oh, you got the COVID. You're going to die. She said, I got the flu, dumbass. Call me dumbass. I said, let me take your temperature. She said it was 99.8 or something, or 99.9. She said, I only need 4 more points and I don't have to go to work tomorrow. That's what stick a penny under your tongue or something. She has to walk across the street to go to work, like literally, not even a main street, a little side street. Get your ass to work, you sorry ass old bitch. I gotta work every goddamn day. She works at a school that nobody's in. Take your sick ass to work. She sits in her little cushy office and she does nothing all day. Sends me she's like Ann and Granny. Sends me dumb shit on Facebook all day.
What?
No,
Huh?
Ann and Granny don't send dumb shit out all day.
You're innocent. Don't listen
I
to
haven't
him.
sent him anything today. Yeah, that was stream
Oh,
on
wow.
like.
Yeah, you did send me something. Where's my phone? It's upstairs. You did send me some dude walking, crawling on his hands and knees and some paint everywhere, changing different colors.
With his
that
underwear
right?
changing colors. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not even long ago.
No.
Yeah, I sent it to
At
Granny.
7:31, she sent that.
In the morning?
No, I
tonight.
sent it now when I was time was live and I sent it.
I wouldn't get that one because I don't turn my phone on until like 10 in the morning. I shut that bitch off at night. If you died, I'll get it. Send me a message and I'll deal with it in the morning. If you die in the middle of the night, I'm not going to get that message. Sorry. But I'll hook up with you in the morning.
Yeah, I watched you guys this evening when I was getting my stream set up over there on our messenger group. All the stuff you guys were posting one after another.
Yeah, I was
Like
bad.
a couple of teenage kids. I mean,
I was
dirty
bad.
girls.
I know 2 people on this panel that need jobs.
I wish I could have a job and keep it.
I don't need no damn job. I work enough as it is.
Oh, I don't need a job. I'd make a lousy employee right now. I'd walk in the door and within 5 minutes I'd say, I need to go home. I don't feel well.
I would love to have a work. Or more money in and things like that. Yeah. That'd be nice.
I wouldn't mind bringing some more money in, but I don't want to have to work too hard for it.
If I got paid for everything I'd done, I'd be rich.
Just stand up and show your ass, guy. Money's there.
No. I don't want to see all. I don't want to see all of the lawsuits and the bills that are sent to me for eye surgery and shit like that. No.
I just ignore them, Sty. So
Yeah.
all the mankini ones I get for people's eyes correction surgery, I just ignore
Sure.
those ones.
Chowser Running Water was actually in the. He was in the pre-stream panel, talking with us while he's pounding down the highway.
Yeah, but he was in the chat for a moment there.
Yeah, he chatted a couple of times, but that he's pounding down the highway. He's got a long night. He's driving almost the whole night. So, and like he said, he doesn't want it recorded if he has an incident because he's busy chatting on a panel while he's driving the company truck down the highway.
Yep.
That'd not be good.
Am I fully retired? Yeah. I'm every morning I wake up and I go, yep, I'm retired, and then I go back to bed for another hour. I wake up and I go, yep, I'm just as tired as yesterday, so I must be retired. Go back to sleep for an hour. That's it, Saucy Shane. During my actual career, there were things about it I really enjoyed. It's it's not a pat on the back or anything. It's just that I was good. I was like Mike. Mike's good at what he does, and he makes good money doing what he does. And I was too in my line of work. I was good at it. So I made good money. And the work for me was it was real busy kind of work, but I saw results. I could see results pretty quick on things I did, so it kept me interested. But when I got out of that line of work and said I'm going to semi-retire, and I started doing private contracting, things like that, then it seemed too much like a job. And I got to the point where, every single day I was dreading having to get up and go through the same BS every damn day, and wish I would never have to do that crap again. Then I had my second heart attack, and they charged me almost $300,000 to fix my ticker and put my ass back on the poverty line, so I had to go back to work. And everybody chewed me out. They said, you go from making over $100,000 a year to making $4,000 a year working as a night manager for a Dollar Tree. What the fuck is wrong with you? I said, the truth of the matter is, now there's nothing wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got it figured out. I'd rather take that $4,000 a year working at the Dollar Tree than $100,000 a year working for the government. I tell you what,
More money you make, the more money you spend. It all balances out in the end.
well, and for me, it didn't matter how much money I made, because what I did for a living was handle lots of money.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of every part of my life that has to do with money it starts out with a 1 and a decimal point. And it doesn't matter if you take that 1 and how far you move it out and put commas in there. It's all relative, because if you've got 1, there's going to be expenses applied to that 1.
Yep.
If you've got that 1 and you've got 8 zeros behind it, there's expenses applied to that. And and what do you do with the difference, the net? You spend it, is what happens.
Yep.
So it's all relative. If you got millions of dollars, you're going to spend millions of dollars.
Right.
If you got tens of thousands of dollars, you spend tens of thousands of dollars. It's all relative. It's just zeros. It's just zeros. And we I know for myself, the money really wasn't worth it. I missed out on some things I would have loved to have done just to go make the money instead.
Yep.
I could have skipped making the money and really enjoyed the hell out of myself a few times. You do have to have enough to, have a comfortable lifestyle, but yeah, it all depends on what turns a person's crank. Some people, they gotta have more, and more, and more, and more. So,
That's right.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times, metal music, that I've gotten up in the morning, made my pot of coffee, and it's finally done. I get up, walk in the kitchen, turn the son of a bitch off, and go in and lay down. I'll just warm that coffee up when I get back up.
It don't matter what
Have to
time I
make it.
start.
I won't have to make it the second time I get up.
It don't matter what time I start because I work till 2, 3 in the morning. So
Well, see, that's what I would like to do. I'd like to stay up all damn night if I wanted. I perform better through the night than I do during the day, but I can't do that shit. Well, it
the
doesn't
other day I
help
worked. Worked 18 hours the other day.
18?
7 in the morning to like, I think like 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning.
Tell the
Didn't get
boss to
shit.
go. Tell the boss to go screw himself, Mike.
I told the boss to go fuck himself when it don't work.
There you go.
Yeah, make you stay up until the crack of Mike. I mean, the crack of dawn.
That was a good one.
Sure.
Watch it. Watch it there, Mooney. Yeah, he's...
Looking for that pimple.
That was... I thought you were sniffing it to see what time of the day it was.
I don't know. I remember what time of day it was. What time was that?
What time was that? Right? Well, I know it was last night.
My ass is whiter than this plate.
That's it. I mean,
I
thank
think
God
I'm gonna get a
wearing
brand new
shades.
bed and a mankini.
Well, you guys have fun. I am headed to bed, so I got to
Yeah?
get to bed early tonight. I didn't sleep well last night, so I got a 12 and a half hour or 11 and a half hour day ahead of me tomorrow. So, Mike, Brandon, and Sty,
Now we're going
everyone in the chat, have a good night.
You,
We're good night,
you
too.
too.
Keep it spicy.
Keep it
Keep it
spicy.
spicy. Sleep
Spicy.
well.
smell my ass crack.
Ah, shit.
More.
You never know. Maybe we'll do.
Doggone it, I forgot to ask Running Water when he was going to be home. Damn it.
You didn't know I work for the U.S. Postal Service, did you? Don't tell anybody.
Oh, that's bad. That is bad. That is the property of the U.S. government. You give that back to the post office.
Yeah, I'll give him this one and the 13 other ones I have. You know where I get these from? The scrapyard.
Yeah, they show up there. Yep.
They
you're
pile,
right.
get buckets and totes and stuff. They pile them outside the building. Take what you want. So I take all the good totes, and I got enough buckets, so I don't need those. But totes, I go through a lot of totes because I always overweigh them and they break.
I went to our local scrapyard and I know the guy that owns it, and we're chatting and stuff, and then just as I was heading out, here comes this. It was like about a 3-ton truck with stake sides on it, and that son of a bitch is stacked full of those Culligan water bottles, those big Culligan water bottles. And the guy stopped out in the parking lot because he saw the gates were all closed up. And he yells at me, he says, "Are they closed?" And I go, "No, they're not closed, but you got to go in first and get them to open the gates." And I go, "What's with all the Culligan bottles?" He goes, "I just need to get rid of them. I'm hoping they'll take them and not charge me anything for them." Well, at the time, I had a good-sized piece of property in town. I had room out back in my garage. I said, "I'll take the whole fucking truckload." And he goes, "Well, what the hell are you going to do with those?" I said, "My business." And he said, "Well, you seem to want them awful bad." He says, "I don't know if I want to just give them to you." I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll give you $50 if you drive them just about 8 blocks from here and drop them off out back my house." $50, he says, "Deal." Well, 4 days later, the owner of the scrapyard found out what I did, and he was pissed. "You ever come out from my scrapyard and screw me out of a load like that?" Culligan gave me $2.50 a bottle for deposit. And it was sweet because there was 108 of those bottles. 108 of those bottles. I got about $300 for that truckload, and I only paid the guy $50 for it. So, yeah, I almost had them for nothing, but yeah, I was too excited, and it showed. There you go.
This bottle here,
Yep.
$7.
Dang.
$7 deposit. See,
I got 14 of these sitting over there.
yeah, those things are. I mean, they're worth money,
Yep.
and morons throw them away. They actually
I like
throw them
them.
in dumpsters and that. But
I like them because they got that heavy handle on them.
oh yeah, oh
So you
God,
can
I
walk,
could.
you can walk down the street and you can walk past them and boom. Yeah.
Yeah, and if they're half full of water, it really makes a difference. Yeah. Hey, Dr. Smith. Yeah, I'd love to have 4 of those with the heavy handles on them. I've been kind of looking around for them because they make great water jugs out in camp.
Oh yeah. I got a.
But see, I got 2.5 a piece for them, and now I hear that there's like $7 deposit
Yep.
locally. We got a lot of people that buy the jug water like that, and well, that was 11 years ago when I got rid of them. I wish I would have hung on to them for 11 years. They'd be worth a lot more.
Or you can put some pennies in it, then punch somebody in the face with it.
Oh,
Then they can
Oh.
go see Doctor. Then they go see Dr. Smith, get fixed up.
There you go. Yeah, share the wealth. You know,
Oh yeah.
that's right.
I wonder if he can fix my crack.
There ain't no fixing that.
Look at that! I filled that whole jar up, sitting here and clowning with you clowns. One little plug at a time. I don't get it.
I don't know if I ever told you guys about that. I had this old wine bottle, and it was about 16 inches across the base of it, and it was we called it the wine goddess. It had some chick there holding grapes and stuff, the shape of her all the way up to the neck, and that damn bottle was 4.5 feet tall. That thing was huge. And I kept telling her, what are you keeping that damn thing for? Throw it away. Put it in the yard sale or something. She goes, we'll find a use for it. Well, I started dropping pennies in it. Well, that became habit. So all of our pennies went in we called it the penny goddess after that. Well, that bitch finally ended up full. I mean, right to the top. You couldn't put another penny in her. And my grandson, he said that I can't remember what it was he wanted to buy, and it was like $40. And I told him, he says, Grandpa, can you loan me $40? I said, no, I ain't loaning you no $40. And he goes, I need $40. I said, how much money do you have? Oh no, I take that back. It was $60 he needed. And I asked him, how much money do you have? And he says, I got $20. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll sell you the penny goddess for $20. I figured I ain't no more than $20 worth of pennies in that son of a bitch. Plus, he's got to dump them all out, haul them to the bank. And he thought about it. Finally, he said, okay. I said, I guarantee you, if there isn't $20 worth of pennies in there, I'll give you the difference back. You know? But I'm sure there's more than $20 in there. And I told the ex-wife, I bet you there's about $45 of pennies in there. I pissed myself when she took them to the bank with all them pennies. They come back, that kid had the biggest grin on his face, and I go, well, what'd it come out to? He goes, you wouldn't believe it, Grandpa, and he hands me a receipt, because they printed off a receipt after they did the count. I looked at it, I go, $147, you little son of a bitch, you got $20. $147 in pennies. Oh, he was just glowing. He's just like, boy, did I screw Grandpa.
Yeah, they add up
Yeah.
fast. Change address.
The goddess broke the next day. Yeah. I don't know how she ended up tipping over in the kitchen and hitting the floor. I don't know.
That's terrible.
I'll never fill that bitch again. That's one thing that a lot of people don't realize, how loose change can truly add up. Man, in about 18 months, I ended up with almost $700 worth of quarters. It's because whenever I come home, any change I had, quarters went in one jug, and nickels, dimes, pennies, and yeah, the quarter jug, when we finally emptied that son of a bitch, was over $600. 18 months. What in the
hell is he
hell?
doing?
I broke my chip in my dip. I had to dig it out and then pull it out with my pliers and get
He's using his damn wire cutters to
scrap
pick
life,
chips
man.
out of it.
Hey, we'll survive. Don't worry about it.
What do you?
I used my
You got
screwdriver
this-
and my wire cutters when I got my chip out. I saved it. And there's look at there's a little dip on the thing. Say what you got. There you go.
There's a big dip on it now. Yeah.
Buh.
Hey, are you eating straight sour cream on those chips?
French onion.
Oh, okay.
You open here.
It's actually just like French onion, like soup mix.
Yeah,
You just put it in a thing of sour cream and mix it up.
yeah. Mix it
Let it
up.
sit overnight.
Yeah,
Then you stick your dirty ass tools in there and you're good to go.
yeah. Stir it up with the screwdriver, and then use those pliers to dip your chips
These
with.
nice rusty ones. Next time I use these nice rusty ones. Or these.
That's
these
for
are
holding the container.
Here, these are top notch. These are brand new. That's what acid shooting does to your tools.
Oh yeah. It'll tarnish them buggers in a flash.
Mm-hmm. I don't care. Gotta go
Yeah.
sometime. Right? Only got a couple chips left.
Only got a couple chips left. It's way
Probably
over
gonna
there.
need an ice cream sandwich after this.
Bullshit. Yesterday you ate a double.
Well, that was congratulate Phil. That was
Right. It's not as if you don't have to count that. You have to count that.
I'm gonna get some more tomorrow.
Oh, the hell with Monday.
I ordered $180 worth of shit coming tomorrow.
You have a good night, Shane. Hey, we'll see ya.
Night
Hey
time.
man, I'll check your channel out, buddy. Probably around Wednesday of next week. Not the week coming up, the following week, if I have a minute.
Yeah,
Well,
and
good night,
if
anyway.
not, maybe the month after that. Right?
Yeah, no, whatever.
Don't worry about it. It's coming.
Maybe I want to be 1001.
Could be.
I have a plan.
You want to be that person that does that last one that locks in the 1,000.
Right.
Yeah.
They call it insurance.
Yep.
YouTube insurance.
If it wasn't for me, effer, you'd be back to $9.99.
I actually gained 27 in the last like 3 or 4 days, and I haven't even put a video up in a week. Must have been the ass crack.
Mine has been going up and down 5 subs for the last almost a full 3 weeks.
Huh.
It'll go up 3, it'll drop 2, then it'll drop 2, then it'll go up 5, then it'll drop 3, then it'll drop 2, then it'll go up 4, and it's just, that's some bitch.
I don't lose more than one at a time. I've never lost more than one.
See, typically
That
that's
was
the way
wrong.
mine is I might lose one, but the last 3 weeks, it's like the same 5 are going, it's your turn to fall off and I'll go back on. It's like there's 5 guys out there just effing around with my number. How many channels do you have? Look at him in the dark. Now he looks like a creepy, hiding in his mother's basement character, pretending he's a 13-year-old girl on Facebook. Yeah.
I'm 12.
That's creepy. That's kind of creepy background going there. Yeah, in a dark basement.
I want to be like Granny. Hey, that's kind of cool though.
No, Granny's. I like her background. I like the dark, the dark environment. With all the bright going on in the back. Yeah, I like hers. Yours is creepy, man. I seen yours in horror movies. Yeah. That's the hills have eyes kind of shit. Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Beast. The Beast in his basement. There we go. There we'll have to do a little short film called The Basement Beast. Starring Mike. The
You know what I was gonna do?
The Beast comes out in Mike whenever there's a full moon.
That was only a quarter moon.
I didn't want to show the full thing because I don't want the Beast coming out.
They'll come and get you.
We don't have a lot of people in the house, but those of you that are here, hey, keep in mind that it's Sunday, Thursday night, around the campfire. Unless something really bad happens where I just can't physically do it, guess what? I'm going to try Rummy Bears Thursday night.
Uh-oh.
Mike sent these buggers to me. Yeah, he's creepy. I'm telling you.
Oh, God.
He's creepy. Yeah.
Hello, boys and girls.
I'm
You want
just
to pull my strings?
here. Would you like to play with my mouse?
Ooh.
Click on this.
I can't see shit.
I got my new mouse in the mail today.
Oh, it's transparent. That's cool. It's almost invisible.
Yeah.
Right? Look at that. That's
It's
defective.
got books in it. Yeah, I really like this mouse. It's really nice. It's a nice mouse. But it's only about 15 seconds. If you haven't done anything with it, it shuts itself off.
Yep.
So when you grab onto it, you gotta just one click on the wheel activates it back up again, and it's running again. And that's so that the batteries last longer. Well, damn, it's inconvenient. I'm sitting here trying to use it. I'm going, where the hell's the cursor? And then I realize it's off. Son of a bitch. Taking me forever to get used to it. What the hell was that? A remote control?
Get down.
We have the two corners went dark on us, Granny.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. I wonder who's at Ann's door. Yep. For a guy that works as much as you do, you still have too much time on your hands, I think.
No, I agree.
At least he has fun.
Yeah, as long as you're having fun. Yeah, I'm good with it. Oh, shit.
I work myself into a stir crazy mode.
Oh, yeah, I've done that where I'm just, so damn stir crazy. Just like there ain't enough to keep my attention on nothing.
I got a busy week, and then like I said, next Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday, I'm gonna take off. I'm not gonna do nothing.
That's good. That's good.
We'll see though. Can't see through this.
Just,
Fuck it.
fuck it. Fuck it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, my last run of the year going to Ohio, and that'll be done until probably March or April, probably. I average about three times a year. This will be my 8th time this year.
Wow.
How much I've been busy.
don't get excited, Mike. Leave that kitty alone.
Get your tail down. Quit showing off your stuff.
I can't see it. It's dark in here.
All of a sudden, Earl will show up.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of him today. I had 2 bags of chips sitting on the back of the chair, and he was laying on top of them earlier, so maybe he's protecting them. I don't know. But he's got this thing, where he'll sit there and eat stuff, so he probably like crunched them all up. So they're probably crumbs. How she goes.
Yeah, I got a big family size,
You look at that, man.
party-sized bag of barbecue potato
I
chips.
didn't see it, but I don't know.
Ow.
Enjoy your
don't-
cookie. I mean,
I don't get to eat sweets like some people, so I can sit
Oh,
here
yeah.
and snack on potato chips a little bit.
I put my light on, man. I'm getting scared of you.
You're getting scared in there. You scared off all my viewers. They thought I had Ed Gein in his basement here. I'll never forget that. Going to the library. The ex-wife, she spends hours in there looking for books, and she goes home with a big stack of them. And I was just kind of bored, and I looked and I seen this book, and I go, oh, that looks interesting. It's got to be about, like a historical thing, And it was called Small Town, Wisconsin. And I thought, that's kind of cool. I live in Wisconsin. I had to read a book about a small town in Wisconsin. I got home, started reading that thing, and the ex-wife sat across the room, and she goes, why do you have that kind of horrid look on your face? I said, you should read this book. And she goes, it's about some small town in Wisconsin. I said, yeah. Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, the small town that Ed Gein lived in. I said, it's all about Ed Gein. It was the whole history of Ed Gein and everything he was doing. That frickin' freaky cannibal son of a bitch that right out of Wisconsin. Small town Wisconsin. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Wisconsin's had a couple nasty serial killers. Fortunately, they've been downstate from us.
You just had a guy that just he's going on trial, I think, next week. He met up with some guy on one of these dating services or something. Tied him up, killed him, and started eating on him.
Ugh.
Not far from here. So yeah, so he's going. I bet it didn't taste as good as ice cream sandwich though.
That's it. Let the world go all the shit around you. As long as you got ice cream sandwiches, all is
Yeah,
good.
man, I don't give a shit.
That's right. That's the way I see it too. That's the way I see it too.
There's some weird people in the world though.
Oh yeah.
You.
Oh yeah. Oh well, that's because of this whole COVID thing. We got a guy up here. He's in the next county. They got him locked up, and he had his arraignment before the judge, but they haven't done anything on his case really, because they can't get back in front of the judge because all cases are on hold because of COVID. And this guy is a first-degree murderer. I mean, and vicious murder. He killed a co-worker of mine. And I had to work with this guy every day for 3 years straight. Worked with this guy, and I never liked the guy. And he knew it. He knew it. We managed to work together, but he tried to say something nice to me or something, and just my look would, he'd go, "Oh, you have a nice day," and off he'd go. He didn't want to. Don't go there with me, buddy. Well, then I get contacted by the DA's office, and they said, we're hoping for your cooperation because we want you as one of our 5 key witnesses in the case. I said, "What do you need witnesses for? The son of a bitch, he admitted it." And they said, "Yeah, but he's still, even though he admitted it, we got it on record, and that's why we arrested him. He still has his day in court, and he says he put in a plea of not guilty because he wants his day in court." I said, "Yeah, because he wants to get up there and talk about it because he's morbid that way. He's a freak."
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Well, would you be willing to be a witness in behalf of the prosecution?" I said, "You're damn right. Damn right. Come on, let's hurry up and have the trial. I want to get up there and say what I think of the guy. Everything I heard him say, everything I saw him do." And yeah, that was a bad one. That was a bad one. And we live, in a community of 600 people.
Wow.
And here we got that fucking murderer amongst us. And guess when he murdered the gal? 17 years ago.
Damn.
And they just now got him. And I've been telling them for 17 years, look at him, look at him, look at him. Well, no, he's a father, he's got kids, he's, and, he's kind of looked up to by the community. I said, that's the way most of them fuckers are. They're the nice guy. They're the nice guy. I said, he put on that show to people all the time, but if you saw him kind of off the record, you knew that guy, there's something wrong with that guy. I said, I knew damn well he had his fingers in it somehow. Yeah, it was bad, bad, bad.
Look, Ann. I got boobs.
You what?
Boobs. I got boobs.
You're hiding them, so I can't see them.
You're hiding them.
Nothing wrong with man boobs.
Man boobs.
Man
Your
boobs.
boobs. Oh,
Man
boobs.
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 I would rather have that than skinny, bony man. Fuck it.
You can do this thing.
Mm-hmm. Good night, neighbor girl.
Good night, neighbor girl.
Good night, neighbor girl.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap it up here in the next about 10 minutes. I just don't. Winter's gonna be a bitch because it's just like once fall started kicking in, I started losing all my ambition. It's just like it's all gone right out the window.
Yeah.
I just
Close the window.
Oh, it's closed. They put the signs up in the damn building yesterday. If
The windows
you're
shut.
seen with your windows open, first time you get a warning. Second time it's a $30 fine. Third time it's a notice of eviction. You're not allowed to have your windows open now until late in the spring.
They can evict you for having an open window.
They can try.
That's what I thought.
And I last year I begged them to give me a fine, let alone an eviction notice. I said, it doesn't matter which one. I said, if you give me a fine, I won't pay it. And then you'll have to sue me for it, or you're going to have to evict me because I won't pay what you think I owe you. And then we'll get our day in court. Or just go ahead and move it right to eviction. Let's go to court. well, you're not going to win because it's our policy. I said, you have a policy that says I have to stay in a non-ventilated space for 8 fucking months without my windows open. You're creating a extreme health hazard for somebody my age, so you can kiss my ass. I'll open my fucking windows if I want. Well, you'll get evicted. I said, no, I'll get my day in court. That's what'll happen. Yeah. Yeah. But they won't do it to me. They know not to, you know. They try to play tough, and I just throw it right back in their face and say, bring it on, let's have
Yeah,
it.
because most people don't know this shit.
Well, that's it. Well, and then the worst part is people have witnessed me telling management shit like that. So now I get them coming up to me all the time. We want to create a tenant association. We'd like you to be the president of our tenant association. Fuck you! I'll argue with them for myself. You go argue for yourself. I know I ain't arguing for you people. No. No.
Tell me I have to
That's
pay you.
right. Yeah. And the thing is, they say, well, if you have your windows open, the pipes will freeze. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be pretty goddamn uncomfortable way before those pipes ever freeze.
Ain't
And
that
I'll
the
be
truth?
closing the frickin' windows. And I said, and if I can't close the windows to get warm again, before the pipes freeze, they're open for your benefit. And they said, how could it be for our benefit? I said, because then you won't smell my rotting body for at least a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and that thing's gonna stink too.
You know, that, someone dies over the winter and you got them in a closed up apartment. They can't open the windows. They die in there. Can you imagine what that's like come April? Oh my gosh. You don't want to open that apartment. No way.
Mm-hmm.
At
Yeah,
least if they had their windows open, it'd be somewhat fresh in there.
Yeah.
I had a tenant probably 10, 15 years ago that died in the house.
Oh, that's terrible.
Dead of summer for 2 weeks.
Oh, that's terrible. I've had 2 of those. Oh,
So her rent was due. So I said, well, I never chased people for it, but she was, one of the good payers, so I knew something was up. So I go to, she had a boyfriend who had one leg. And I used to call him Stumpy. Stumpy was gone. Stumpy wasn't around. So I knocked on the door. When I pulled up to the house, I didn't really smell anything but flies. All the windows were black. So then I knew.
yeah.
So I just I took my shirt and I turned the door handle. It was unlocked. I was putting fingerprints on nothing. And she was laying. It was an older house. It had like a front room, dining room, and then like 2 bedrooms off of the dining room, then the kitchen, basement. Well, it was in the 90s. So what happened is, when you die, all the gases build up. Well, she
Right.
popped like a balloon.
Right.
So she was on the wall. She was in the basement, dripping through the floor. She was a mess. But
That's her all over.
it took almost 13 hours. By the time the police came, did their little reports, or it turned out that Stumpy ended up killing her,
Oh.
and he
Oh,
left. Yeah. So, but they got Stumpy too. They found Stumpy.
it was Stumpy's fault.
Yep. So, I had like 4 people that were, helping me at the time. And they're like, well, what are we going to do? I said, we ain't doing nothing. I said, you guys are going to clean this up. I said, I'll buy you the suits, the whole 9 yards. And they mopped her up and, what was left. And I mean, I had to redo the whole house pretty much. But so
Yeah,
we did. And the tenants don't care about carpet. So on the shittier houses, I used to paint the floors like a brown oil-based paint.
Uh-huh.
And we sanded the floor, the whole 9 yards, disinfected it, bleached it, all that. Lady moved in there, and I had to go check something, and you can see the fucking outline of that lady in the floor.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Yeah. Now, she never noticed it, but, because I right where she was, you could actually see, like, where her head was, and where her legs were, like, bent, so you could see, like, the outline. And we put 3 coats of paint, sanded the whole night, and she still...
What that is all the fatty tissues, as they decompose, those oils go into the wooden floors.
It was terrible.
Anything that's porous, those oils soak into, and things don't adhere properly to them anymore.
It was
And
bad. And we
yeah,
even we even like stain killed the floor, primed the floor, the whole
Yep.
9 yards. I
Yep.
mean, we did the whole house.
Yep.
But there was still times like if you like went in the basement in certain spots, you could still smell that odor a little bit. And
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, we
Yeah.
sprayed the floor joists underneath everything. I mean, but yeah, it still bled through just a little bit, just enough.
Yeah. We had one of our game wardens I had 2 tenants that died in their units, but we had a game warden when I was working for one of the tribes that he was on his couch having a couple of beers watching TV and had a massive heart attack and died on his couch, and nobody found him until 12 days later. And it was the same situation. It was in the early part of August, and oh my God, it was bad. And he had a trailer house, but it was less than a year old. He had just bought that trailer house, and when we went over there, oh, I couldn't believe it. When the fire chief opened the door, to the 2 cops that were there, they run off puking, and the coroner pulled in and got out of his van, and he's walking up to the house, and he turns around, he looks at me, and he goes, "Oh shit, not another one." And I go, "What do you mean, not another one?" He says, "I get 2 or 3 of these a year." He said, "This is not going to be good." And he walked in there, and he wasn't in there 10 fucking minutes. He comes walking out, and he goes, he looked at the fire crew, and he says, "I need all of you hazmat up." And he says, "I need 8 of you." And they go, "8 of us for what?" And he says, "The couch has to come out." He says, "You're bringing the couch out with him on it, and we're going to bag up the couch and put it in my truck, and I'll get him out of here." They
Dang.
took the couch, and he says, "We're not trying to get his remains off that couch and into bags. It's not going to happen." It was so bad when they brought that couch, because they didn't bag up the couch. They just threw a sheet over it, Oh, I just about died watching them bring that out to the truck. All the maggots that were falling off that couch as they were hauling it out. And he says, yeah. He says, he was a big guy. He says, and he goes, "Did you catch that?" I said, "Was?" I said, "Yeah." Yeah. He says,
We lose weight.
"There's not too much of them left," he said. "It's just bad, bad, bad." Well, what really threw me was his girlfriend was staying with her mother down in Milwaukee, and we got a hold of her and told her, "Yeah, hey, Larry passed away about 2 weeks ago, and we just found him yesterday." And we just want to let you know that you might want to stay in Milwaukee, because there's nothing to come back to. You can't go to his house. And she goes, "It's not just his house." She said, "I live there." And we told her, "Not anymore. You cannot live in that house. It's been red tagged. You cannot live in it." Hey, Roman. And she was insistent, "I want in that house. I have family heirlooms. I have this and that." And we told her, "You can give us an inventory of things that you believe are in the house, and we can put a crew together, and one of the members of the crew will be a county deputy sheriff, so that nobody steals anything. And we'll go in there and find those things for you, but we can't let you in the house." Oh shit. It wasn't 24 hours later, she's there. And one of our local tribal officers, cops, called up the office and said, "She's here trying to get in the damn house. We're trying to stop her." And they said, so me and the tribal chairman run down there. "Oh yeah, she's trying to get in that damn house." Finally, the tribal chairman says, "I'm done with this shit. Fine, everybody step back. She's got a key for the damn place. Let her go in there." We watched her go stomping up them stairs, and she turns around at the top of the stairs, looks at all of us, and she goes, "Why don't you all go fuck yourselves?"
Okay.
The minute she opened that door and stepped in, the tribal chairman goes, "Now who's fucked?" She come flying out of there, and she's projectile puking as she's running out of the place. And it wasn't because she saw anything bad. It was just the smell. It was that bad. It was in everything inside that. We had it was so bad that she was easily convinced to donate the trailer house to our fire department because they own 20 acres. It said on the 20 acres, but she donated the trailer house to the fire department, and her insurance company, their insurance company, agreed. Yeah, go ahead, demolish it. So we got to use it for a practice burn. But even with all of the supplied air equipment, we couldn't get a single one of our firemen to go inside the building to fight the fire. They all said, no, outside practice only, outside practice only. We're not going in there. It was terrible.
Yeah, it's like smoke. It cleans everything.
Yeah.
You never get that smell out.
Mm-mm.
You can mask
I've
it.
had death smell in my sinuses for up to 2 weeks after getting the smell of it in my sinuses. You just can't clear it. You just can't get it out.
We actually put Vicks under our noses.
Yeah.
And that it overrode that. You know, it's just like
That well, and that's it. Is I used to have to do that all the time. Use Vicks, and when we'd handle bodies, especially aged death, and then I quit using it because I told them, I said, yeah, it's just Vicks scented death.
yeah.
You can still smell it. It's just.
But see, now when I used to cremate people, they must have all took a bath before they got to me because they didn't smell.
Yeah.
They didn't stink.
Nice and clean. They ran them through the car wash before they dropped them off to you.
Right.
Yeah, they just put them in the flatbed truck and run it through a car wash.
Yeah. But if anybody's looking for nice suits and clothes, let me know. I got tons of them. You can't burn a good suit. I don't care what anybody says. Whether it fits you or not, you just can't burn a good suit. I got some dresses too. That's all I'm saying.
Those are in a separate closet somewhere, yeah. He only brings those out when he turns the lights down in that basement.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You're over there next to the freezer with the ice cream sandwiches in it. I keep
That's
going
creepy.
over. Yep. That was a good job too. I like that job. It was always warm in the winter, that's for sure.
They were busy here last week. There's a crematorium right across the parking lot from me, the driveway. Ann knows that. Yeah. The other day, they had 5 meat wagons parked out here with boxes in them. Yeah. And that thing ran from about 7 o'clock that morning until about 10 o'clock that night. They were busy. And they got 2 cookers in that building, so that's terrible calling them cookers,
So they are. Well, you got a pretty big rate going on out there, don't you? With this virus shit.
I don't
know.
know.
Are your numbers back up in Wisconsin?
I don't know what the state is. The northern part of the state isn't very bad.
No, where you are, but yeah, Wisconsin's up there.
Yeah, and that's all about everything south of Highway 29, which intersects the center of the state. Everything south of 29 the rates are way up there.
Yeah, our state's ridiculous. We go from 1,800 the last week per day to over 2,000 every day.
Yeah, more and more cases, and that's why I'm not looking forward to going and seeing the doctor in November. I just know damn well they're going to test me, and I'll feel the way I do right now, and they'll go, "You're positive." Well, positively, fuck you. I'm going home. Leave me alone. Don't get near me.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll wear signs that say I got the C. Look out for me, I got the C. I'll run around naked with no mask on. up and down.
Damn,
all
I
over
want
the
to
floor.
get it now. I want to get it. You run around naked with no mask on.
Yeah, no mask. Run
I didn't know
around
that the
naked.
first trip. I want to go for a second dose.
That's yeah. If you
Shit.
get to do that, right?
Yeah, I got screwed. Nobody told me the rules. Damn it. Bullshit.
Oh, lazy Nate. That's not fun.
No.
The Budweiser virus. Yeah.
I'm sorting all this little crap.
Look at that shit.
You got the patience to do this, huh?
What
Yes,
the
I
hell?
do.
Was it you or was it Raphael? No, it's you. I see it right now. You were sorting shit and using your magnet on another video we were chatting in. And because it had mixed stuff in it that was non-metallic, but you were able to get all the metallic stuff you wanted out of it. That's
Yeah, it's
pretty
like
cool.
This is what I do. I just take everything off the boards and I put it in little jars
Oh yeah.
because I can sell this stuff, but it's not really a priority to sell. So I just throw it all in the thing, and then I sit here. When I'm on like a boring live stream or something, then I can sit here and sort it out if I have nothing else to do.
Yeah. Yeah, on a boring live stream or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a
See,
lot.
like little stuff like this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How am I gonna do this?
How am I going to do this? Yeah.
See how little that is?
Yeah.
And you got to separate every one of them. And put them in little containers like this. And...
Hey, you want some of them pill bottles?
No, you want some?
I was gonna lay all mine out on a table here and just take a still shot of them and show everybody. It's all the bottles I have since January, because I got rid of all of the ones I had up till my prescriptions in January, so I got all of them since then. And I've got, just from where I'm sitting, I can see 5 bags like this, and that's full of medicine bottles. And I hate it because I can't just throw them out. And it's not because there's other uses for them, because there isn't enough fucking uses for having,
Right.
75 of these sons of bitches. But these labels got an awful lot of personal information on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried using a Sharpie over them. No, you can still see the print through the Sharpie. So
Peel
that's
them
no
off.
good. That means you got to peel the labels off.
Yeah.
No, they don't peel off that nice.
Really?
They're on there, man. They are on there. It takes forever. Takes me about a half hour just to peel the labels off of 5 of these little bastards. Well, they're not. Most of them aren't that small, but
Soak them in hot water.
no, that's too much work.
Oh, shut up.
You're trying to give me a goddamn job again. Cut it out. But I'm trying to figure out something that can be done with some of them. I don't know what. Because I've got plenty for the shit that I can think of to put in them.
Yeah, that one
But-
filing cabinet back there, the top drawer is full of them.
They do. They have ink rollers that are the alphabet numbers that cover all that up. Huh. But I was talking to the pharmacist the other day when I picked up this month's meds, and I told him, I said, you guys got to come up with something better than this shit. All these plastic frickin' bottles. I mean, I know there's 80 people in this building that are getting at least this many bottles a month. So you 80 times what I got, get real. Every single month. All of that
Oh
plastic.
God, Sty.
That was loud over there?
Yeah, that was fucking
wasn't-
loud.
It wasn't even loud here. Boy, that microphone's too sensitive, too good. The I
Do it
better be
again. I didn't hear
careful
it.
The-
You might hear how loud
but-
it is.
But I asked him, I said, can't you give me that shit in Ziploc bags or something instead of the plastic bottles? No, we can't do that. They don't make child-proof plastic bags. I said, there ain't no kids in my place. I said, if there were, I'd let them eat my pills anyway. There,
Right.
kitty, there you are. Eat some of those. Yeah. I do that too. I put spices and all kinds of condiments and stuff in some of them. And yeah, I do that too, but there's still just way too many of them. I mean, I put fire starters. I make fire starters where each bottle is.
How many Viagra bottles you have?
Oh, I don't need them things.
Look at him.
You sure?
Said that and took a draw off that cigarette like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, Viagra.
Viagra. What the hell is that?
Give me the blue pill, please.
That Viagra, isn't that waterfall my ex-wife wanted to go to on our honeymoon?
Yeah.
Viagra Falls.
You take
After
one of
about
them.
4 hours, there, Viagra water.
Oh my God.
Well, see, now the last tribe that I worked for, the tribe was the Bad River Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa. Bad River, because the Bad River runs through the reservation. Well, they've got some awesome artesian wells there. Oh, hey, NDT, thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you much. But they've got these beautiful, awesome artesian wells, and the water is, I mean, literally sweet tasting. It's so good. It's so cold. And they're trying to come up with some tribal industries, you know. And one of them said, we need to bottle that water. We need to bottle that water. And anytime they tried to start a new industry, they'd stick me in the middle of it. Oh, he'll do the business plan, he'll get the finances arranged, blah, blah, blah. Well, they stuck me in the middle of this bottled water project. They want to start this big plant and bottle water like the Niagara water, you know. They fought for they had a committee. And I told them, I said, first of all, if there's more than 3 on the committee, it's too many. Oh no, they had like 15 people on this frickin' committee. And that committee, all their purpose was come up with a name for the bottled water company. You know what name they came up with? I had all the financing lined up. It was about $1.4 million I had lined up for them to get their bottling company started. They lost all that money because of the fucking name. 6 months they sat there and argued over the name. And you know what name they came up with? Bad River Water. Oh, that shit's gonna sell.
Yeah, let's run out and grab a bottle of that. Bad River water.
Yeah. They said it's got to have the tribe's name in it. I said, no, this is one time you don't want to be proud of your tribal name. No. Bad River Water is not something people are going to be buying to drink.
Oh,
Not
God.
unless it's got a really high alcohol content. Otherwise, it ain't going to go. Hey, Lizzie Ann. Big hugs. Yeah, Bad River Water. That's the name they came up with. I said, you can't do it. You can't do it. I know the financiers aren't going to go with it. Sure enough, I had a joint meeting with the 3 financiers for the project. They said, not with that fucking name. They said, no, we ain't giving you nothing. We're not going to front you. No. We can just kind of guess that it's not going to sell well. And they could have had, I mean, that would have been an excellent industry for them because Roman puts Viagra pills in Flintstone vitamin bottles and hand them out on Halloween.
That's clever.
Yeah, by the end of the night, you got nothing but a bunch of little pricks running around town.
Leave it to Roman, though.
Yeah.
He's my hero. I love Roman.
Something tells me, too, that the people in his neighborhood, when little Johnny comes home with a stiffy, they're going, you didn't stop at Roman's house, did you? Everybody told their kids, don't stop there. Half of them, they had to call the fire department because their mouths were on fire, and the other half are running around with little stiffies.
They come home with a bottle of Budweiser, a sniffy, and a $20 bill.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, hey folks, I'm going to be wrapping it up in 10 minutes here.
You said that 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. I was going to wrap it up early, but we'll wrap it up at the 3-hour mark. And, yeah. Here's a beer and a smoke, kid. Have a nice night. I get. Yeah, Rowan, yeah. I got chewed out by the ex-wife because I got all set up for Halloween that one year. Oh, God, everybody stormed our place, and we lived on what they considered the hot street of town for Halloween. You know, most of the money in town lived down that street. So you go to those houses, all you had to do, if you trick-or-treated that street, you could call it a night, man. You had 8 pounds of candy. And at my place, they got a fruit drink, they got a popcorn ball, and they got about a quarter of a pound of candy thrown in their bags. They just stormed the place all the time. Well, we got a lot of teenagers, too. Older teenagers. And usually they'd show up around 8 o'clock at night. You know, trick-or-treating would start at about 4, and around 7:30, 8 o'clock, all these teenagers start showing up. And the ex-wife goes, what in the world is that? And I had this big plastic bowl. And she goes, what is that? I said, for these teenagers that are going to start showing up. And she goes, she reaches in there, and she goes, you are not. I said, why not? She goes, you're not. It was condoms. It was a big bowl full of condoms. I said, well, yeah, shit, I'm handing out condoms to all these teenagers tonight. Yeah, there, now you're safe until next week. Because I know what kind of candy you're looking for tonight, you little monster.
Hey, you were just doing your part.
Yeah. You know, a little bit of population control doesn't hurt sometimes. And I tried to explain to the ex that I said, what's the difference? I mean, I give them out condoms. They can go to any of the clinics in town, walk in the door, and they got great big old candy dishes full of them all over the clinic lobby. Help yourself. We got condoms in the lobby. Would you like a cup of coffee and a few condoms? Here you go. You know, I mean,
Coffee, condoms, in a crate.
there you go.
The 3 C's.
The 3 C's. Yeah.
Now you can put another C at the end of that. Coffee, condom, crate, and Karuka.
And a little cunny.
Oh, that too.
Those don't come with the first C. You got to go out and get your own.
Oh, man.
Yeah, our teenagers. Yeah, right around 8:30 was when they really started showing up. And that's when I would pull my shenanigans out in the yard and shit, scare the hell out of them. It was funny because I could scare the older teenagers easier than the little kids. Little kids, I had them laugh their asses off. I come out of the house, I got in trouble. I never thought about it. You're not allowed to discharge a 12 gauge shotgun in city limits, you know. And I had a pump shotgun and blanks. You know, there's no round, you know, it's just a blank. It just makes a lot of noise. And I had this dummy way up in the goddamn tree with a piece of fishing line on him. And I'd come running out of the house. Oh, no, you don't. Boom, 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 boom. A couple of shots, and I'd give that fishing line a yank, and that dummy come bouncing down through the branches. Damn teenage kids running like hell, especially when they see the flames coming out of the end of that shotgun. That crazy old bastard shooting up in the tree. That's why it's important to get to know your local law enforcement. Because they showed up and they said, we're only going to tell you once. Don't do that again. Okay. I got away with it a couple times tonight. That's cool. I'm done. I'll put it away. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. And as they turn around and walk away from you under your breath, you say, this year. Yeah. Next year's a whole different story. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. You know, and then after that Halloween, when the wife wouldn't let me pass out condoms, after the fact, I told her, I said, you know, it's probably a good thing you stopped me from passing those out. It would have been a waste of money, a waste of time. And she said, well, it's not that it wouldn't have been a good thing, it's just that people would have talked. And I said, well, it would have been a waste of time. And she said, why would it have been a waste of time? I said, all them little monsters got Halloweeners anyway. Wah, wah, wah. They ain't producing tonight. They're all running around with Halloweeners. Oh, we always had fun at my place on Halloween. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I don't have to do that shit no more. I'm glad I don't have to do the big Christmases anymore either. I got sick and tired of playing Santa, and I got pissed off. I told my boys, I said, your sisters show up with their boyfriends for Christmas, and you two boys can't bring a couple of cute ladies to sit on Santa's lap on Christmas. I'm going to quit doing this shit. You guys got to bring your cutesy girlfriends over for Christmas. Oh, no. They wouldn't do it. No. Thanks, ZX24Me. Yeah, my library background for the Sty Story nights. Yeah. Yeah, I was that way for all the holidays. I always had to go all out. Stinking Easter. The town would have an Easter egg hunt on Easter. Every Easter, the town would have this big Easter egg hunt, and they quit doing it. And I asked a couple of city council members, why'd you guys stop doing the town Easter egg hunt? Because everybody's over at your fucking place. I go, oh. And they said, why do you hold yours every year at the same time we hold ours? Oh.
Tell us Halloween, dumbass.
Oh, sorry. I don't schedule myself around the community. And the kids like my Easter egg hunts better. I mean, we used all the plastic eggs full of candy and stuff. No, not the real eggs. But 1 out of every 20 eggs that I put out, and we put out about 500 eggs.
Put a condom in it.
One out of every 10 had a $10 bill in it. And Yeah, them kids went ape shit, man. They went ape shit. They couldn't believe that I could hide 500 eggs on our property, in our yard. But it was a bitch. I'd end up with 150 kids showing up.
How many
Boy,
condoms were in the eggs?
Huh?
How many condoms were in the eggs?
I didn't do condoms. No. Easter. That's a condom-free zone.
Oh,
They can breed like rabbits. I don't care.
okay.
Ain't got nothing to do. You know, you're putting out all these eggs. Yeah.
You might as well
Stop it.
fertilize some too, huh?
Might as well. Yeah, some of those might hatch.
Woo.
Yeah. Hey, NDT, that's cool. I like that. That somebody else's. Yeah, it kind of takes it to the extreme. Yeah. I used to love those holidays. I'm too wore out to do anything like that anymore. If I was independently wealthy, I was a rich man. If I were a rich man, I'd be doing that shit and paying somebody to put it all together, you know.
Yeah.
And I'd get to sit there and watch. But yeah, anymore, if I got to do the planning and the spending and the entertaining, bullshit. I go to parties now. I don't throw parties. Yep. Hey guys, I hate to do it to everybody, but we hit the 3-hour mark. I think we're going to need to wrap it up. Now I want to remind everybody, Thursday night, be here for Around the Campfire at 7 p.m. Central Time, and watch this stupid old man try to eat some of these rummy bears. Hottest frickin' little candy bear in the world. And thanks to E-Waste Mike.
You're welcome.
I'm going to start out planning on eating one, and I may get bold and eat 2.
Ooh.
I might get crazy even. I may go as far as 3. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, I want to say thank you again to everybody out there in the chat, everybody that's viewing, you guys on the panel, your family. I shouldn't have to say thank you, but I will anyway. Love having all 3 up here. It was good having Phil with us. You all have a very good night. And, yep, thanks for, hey, Mike, shooting for the moon, brother. That's pretty good.
I'm glad I could crack y'all up.
That you did. Well, we proved one thing, that crack doesn't always kill.
No, it doesn't.
Might make you wish you were dead, but it doesn't always kill. So
go.
it's been a wonderful night, and I can't wait to see y'all on Thursday. Love
Good
y'all,
night, everybody.
and you stay safe
Night.
till Thursday, folks.
Great guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm going to close with a little dance.
Love you, Violet.